morning, good afternoon, and good evening, everyone, wherever you're at in the world. Welcome to Last Raps Baseball's live commentary of the 2024 NPB playoffs. It is going to be a Pacific League matchup featuring the Chiba Lotte Marines versus the Hokkaido Nippon-Ham Fighters in Game 1 of the first game of the Pacific League Climax Series. And it is going to be the visitors from Chiba who will be batting here first tonight, and we are going to give you their starting lineups. First of all, leading off in left field wearing number 0 is Takashi Ojino. Hitting second and playing second base is number 7, Yudai Fujioka. Hitting third and right field is number 25, Hiromi Oka. In the cleanup spot and playing first base is number 99, Neftali Soto. Batting fifth and doing the designated hitting is number 22, Gregory Polanco. Batting sixth and doing the catching is number 32, Toshiya Sato. Hitting seventh at third base is number 8, Shogo Nakamura. Batting in the 8th spot and playing shortstop is number 4, Itsuki Tomosuji. And batting ninth in center field is number 1, Kyoda Fujiwara. And they're going to be facing the left-hander. For the Fighters, it's going to be Takayuki Kato, who takes a 10-9 record to the hill. He's worked 166 and 2/3 innings. He's allowed 174 hits, 55 runs, 50 have been earned. He's walked 17 and struck out 103. He's got himself an ERA of 2.70. Well, that's your starting lineup for the visitors from Chiba. Now your starting lineup for the home team, the Hokkaido Nippon-Ham Fighters. Leading off and playing in left field is number 8, Daiki Asama. Hitting second and playing third base is number 21, Kotaro Kiyomiya. Batting in the 3 spot and doing the designated hitting is number 99, Franmil Reyes. Batting fourth and playing first base is number 30, Yuya Gunji. Batting fifth and playing second base is number 4, Daigo Kamikawa Kabata. Batting in the 6th spot and in right field is number 66, Chusei Manami. Hitting seventh in center field is number 7, Go Matsumoto. Batting eighth and doing the catching is number 23, Tori Fushimi. And batting ninth and playing shortstop is number 43, Tatsuki Mizuno. Well, those are your starting lineups, and it is going to be Roki Sasaki who takes to the hill for Chiba, as he has a 10-5 record on the season, 111 innings pitched, 83 hits, 34 runs, 29 have been earned. He has walked 32 and struck out 129, and he's pitched to an ERA of 2.35. Well, those are your lineups. We'll be back in just a few to get this one going for you. We appreciate everybody who is going to be jumping in tonight, either live or on delay. It is what we all play for. This is the NPB playoffs getting underway. We'll be right back in just a few. Welcome back to everybody. As Kato is just completing his warm-up tosses, we're going to be ready to get this one underway. Leading it off for the Marines tonight will be Ojino, Fujioka, and Oka to come to bat here in inning number 1. As Kato has just completed his warm-up tosses, we are pleased to give you guys the call tonight, tomorrow, and as long as this series goes, and if we have to bounce over to the other one between the Tigers and the Bay Stars, we can do that as well, as that series is currently going on over in the Central League. And so here we go. The first pitch of the playoffs is ready to go as Kato delivers. It's a breaking ball over for a called strike, and we are underway at 2:01 local time in Japan. Ojino batting on the season, 279, a homer and 15 RBIs. He takes a breaking ball down, and the count goes to 1-1. So 1 ball and 1 strike. We would anticipate that with each passing game of the Japan series or of these games that our crowds will continue to arise, as we really enjoyed last year with a big turnout for the Nippon series, as that breaking ball is tapped foul over on the third base side. The count now goes to 1-2. So 1 ball and 2 strikes to Ogino. Ogino getting the nod in left field here tonight. As the lefty Kato kicks and delivers. It is a fastball swung on. It is lined off the glove of the third baseman, and that is off of Kiyomiya's glove. It goes into shallow left field. Retrieving it is Asama, and that is going to be a leadoff single. I'd have to think that's going to be a single. We're going to wait for the ruling of the official score. But it went off the glove of Kiyomiya. It was absolutely scorched off the bat of Ogino. It was going or hooking toward the line. But as they always say, if you get a glove on it, you got to make the catch. We'll have to wait and see if they're going to rule that a single or if it'll be an error. I'd have to say, in my book's probably a base hit. Well, that brings Yudai Fujioka to the plate. And the first pitch coming to the left-handed hitting second baseman's a fastball that misses inside. The count's quickly 1-0. Fujioka on the season hit .256. He had 5 homers and 29 runs driven in. Our friend Kenny Weaver in the house tonight, joining us for some playoff action. Glad you could be here, Kenny. As throwing over to first base is Kato, and diving back safely is Ogino. Luke, Ian B, Jackson Ward, all checking in earlier on. Great to have you guys with us as well. Hopefully you guys can stay with us for the entire stream tonight. Early starts today, tomorrow, and on Sunday evening North American time, as there's a fastball swung on. It is lifted down the left field line. This ball could be trouble, but it's going to slice foul. And that is going to run the count even to 1-1. I said last year I wanted to get a podcast going somewhere between the end of the season and, well, that is the goal now for the 2024 season. Going to try to get it all set up here at the end of this, and we'll do some hot stove and some, maybe a little bit more than once a week. But there's lots of news that's going on around the NPB as the season is done for half the teams. So left-hander against the left-hander. Kato delivers. It's a breaking ball taken for a called strike, and the count now runs to 1-2 on Fujioka. So the other game that's going on currently is in the Central League, and that is between the Hanshin Tigers and the Yokohama DNA Bay Stars. I never could quite get it on a Saturday afternoon. You're going to play both games at the same time as that breaking ball is swung on and fouled away. Count remains at 1-2. I'm pretty sure that most people who are tuning in to this one would be listening or watching the other one if it were to be available at a different time. But that is the case in the NPB, as they like to play them at the same time. Here's the 1-2. Breaking ball misses down and away. The count now goes to 2-2 on Fujioka. Fighters making a playoff appearance. It's been a while as they are back in this year. They have probably overachieved in many cases. At least in our books, we figured that they were probably yet another year away from gracing the playoffs. Not only have they made it, they are hosting all of the games in this series. There's a fastball taken at the knees for a called third strike. Fujioka stood there like the house by the side of the road. He watched it go by for out number 1. That is going to bring up the right fielder, Hiromi Oka. And just to go back to Ogino there, it was a base hit single awarded to Ogino to start the ball game, as that ball was ripped off of the glove of Kiyomiya, but the scorer saw it the way we did. Base knock for the leadoff hitter, Ogino. That brings Oka to the plate. Hiromi Oka is hitting .287 on the year. He had 7 homers and 33 runs batted in as he cues that one foul over on the first base side. The count is quickly 0-1. Oka began his career with the Hokkaido Ball Club. You go back a number of years ago, he was actually on a baseball card with Shohei Ohtani. He'll be the one everybody will remember as the other guy. There's a breaking ball taken for a called strike, and the count is now 0-2. And I have to say, the home plate umpire immediately has not been endeared to that of the Chiba Ball Club. Both Fujioka and Oka have done 180s and walked out of the box. Not happy with the calls here in the early going. Here comes the 0-2 pitch. Kato delivers. Breaking ball, waved that and missed. And Oka turns and he's going to say a couple of things to the home plate umpire before he leaves, and he's still not leaving yet. You don't see that every day. In the Japanese league, he's going to let the home plate umpire know what he thought of the call. He's in the books for the second out. And that is going to bring up the first baseman, Neftali Soto. Well, for Soto on the season, he had 269. He had 21 homers and 88 runs batted in. Batting from the right side here against the crafty lefty Cow. The first pitch is a fastball that misses upstairs, and the count is quickly 1-0. So 1 ball and no strikes. Our friend Chris is in the house tonight. We welcome you. Thanks for being here. Zay is in the house as well. Appreciate you guys for jumping in. As they flip over to first base, and getting back easily is the base runner Ogino. Kenny Weaver says he is new to Japanese baseball. Well, Kenny, I got to tell you, it's a lot of fun to watch, especially when you're there in person. There's a breaking ball that is waved at and missed. The count now goes to 1-1 on Soto. And more so, if you can get yourself a feed to queue up, you can listen to us over top of the feed and follow along with us. So 1 ball and 1 strike it is. Let's see, breaking ball, lifted foul down the right field line. The count now goes to 1-2. One of the things, the question was, is it a best-of-3 series? Not quite. There's 4 games that are queued up here to be played over the next 4 nights. But the way it works is it's the first team to 3 wins, and the Fighters start the series with a 1-0 lead. Here's the pitch. It is a breaking ball swung on. It is lifted into shallow center field. Coming in on it is Matsumoto. He's there to make the catch, and that is going to do it here for Chiba in their half of the inning. Well, they had no runs. They did get the leadoff hit by Ogino. There was no errors and 1 runner left aboard. We're through a half inning. Your score is Chiba, no score. The Fighters coming to bat. Stick around, everybody. We'll be back in just a few. Appreciate you for listening in. If you think the Fighters are going to win, put an F in the chat. If you think that the Marines are going to win, put an M in the chat. And if you don't care, put a question mark. We'll be back in just a few. Appreciate you guys for hanging with us tonight on the Last Raps Baseball YouTube channel. Welcome back, everybody. Roki Sasaki taking to the hill, and he is completing his warm-up tosses, and we'll be ready to get the bottom half of the first inning going here in just a moment. Roki Sasaki was big news for other reasons off the field, as the Premier 12 tournament that will run after the season. Japan has announced that they did not select Roki Sasaki. Obviously, probably had something to do with Chiba making the request, probably managing his innings, one would have to suspect. Daiki Asama steps to the plate, hitting .275 on the season. And he takes a first pitch fastball outside for ball 1. The count was 1-0. That first pitch of the ball game was at 156 kilometers an hour, which puts it around 98 miles per hour on the gun. Asama did have a homer and 11 RBIs on the campaign, as the right-hander Sasaki kicks and delivers. That is a fastball that misses down and away, and the count now goes to 2-0. One would have to think tonight, Sasaki, and I'm estimating or anticipating Dallas Keuchel will probably be in more than likely the next game. So Chiba would probably come at him with a 1-2 right-handed, left-handed punch. As the 2-0 is on the way, it is a split finger pitch, misses down. 3 balls and no strikes to Asama. Rookie Sasaki has had some playoff experience in the past. And now you have to wonder if there's been some nerves here to get it going, as often that is the case with some of the young pitchers. Here's the 3-0 pitch. Squaring to bunt is Asama, and he takes a fastball right down the middle. Count now goes to 3-1. So 3 balls and a strike. Been playing around the last little bit with some more new videos to get up onto the stream on the in-between. So I hope you guys have some entertainment tonight. We've been slowing and getting it down or getting it ready for the playoffs. 3-1 on the way. Fastball swung on and missed. The count now goes to 3-2 on Asama. Be on the call for every one of these games, and if this series ends, we will jump over and finish off that Baystar Tigers series, assuming they don't go longer than this one. So 3 balls and 2 strikes to Asama as the right-hander Sasaki ready to go again. Holding to the set. Now he kicks and delivers. It's a fastball that misses outside. It's going to be ball 4. And Asama's got himself a leadoff walk to begin the bottom of the first for the Fighters. And that's going to bring up Kentaro Kiyomiya to the plate. Well, for Kiyomiya on the season, he had batted an even 300. He had 15 homers and 51 RBIs. What's to note about that even 300 is that he did not have enough at-bats to qualify for the batting championship, as Kensuke Kondo of the Fukuoka SoftBank Hawks was the only player to hit over 300 in the Pacific League this year. And they said in the history of the Pacific League, that's the first time that that has ever happened. So Sasaki, with that runner on first, working from the stretch, kicks and delivers. It's a breaking ball that misses outside, and the count is 1-0 to Kiyomiya. Our friend Aloy is in the house tonight. Kenny had to go back and do his scouting report. I got to tell you, Kenny, good on you. Probably did some in-depth reporting on that, pausing it, doing a full examination. Breaking ball taken for a called strike, and the count goes to 1-1. We'll get a scouting report on the next set of cheerleaders, as the Marines will be up next. So 1 ball and 1 strike to Kiyomiya, batting from the left side here against the right-handed throwing Sasaki as he holds set. He steps off and feigns a throw to first, and getting back easily is Asama. Defensively tonight for Chiba, from left to right field, it is Ogino in left. Center fielder is Fujiwara with the right fielder Oka. Around the horn from first to third, it is Soto at first. The second baseman is Fujioka, with Tomosuji at short, and the third baseman Nakamura. The battery, of course, of Sasaki and Sato. So the right-hander holds to the set position. Here's the pitch. There is a split-figure pitch and misses upstairs. Off goes the runner to second base. The throwdown is in time, and they're going to nail Asama. The throw was to the right field side of second base. So Tomosuji had to come through the bag to get it, and he applied the tag. If this was old school, he probably would have been safe because there wouldn't have been any replay. But the throw was in time. He did tag him on the back of the hip area there, but that is a caught stealing, out 2-6 for the first out of the inning. And that last pitch was a ball. So here's the 2-1 pitch. And that pitch is a breaking ball that misses outside. The count now goes to 3-1 on Kiyomiya. So that's a big play right out of the gate. Asama only had 4 stolen bases during the regular season. As the right-hander Sasaki delivers, it's a fastball swung on and lifted foul down the left field line, giving chase is the left fielder Ogino and the shortstop Tomosuji, as well as the third baseman Nakamura, but they're going to watch it hit the netting. And that runs the count full to Kiyomiya. One thing we're going to have to keep our eye on here tonight is the pitch efficiency of Sasaki. One would have to think that the Fighters would be in their best interests to ratchet his pitch count up through the night. There's a fastball swung on and chopped foul right at home plate. Count remains at 3-2. It's never a good sign when the first two hitters come to the plate and have worked your starter for a full count to begin the ball game. Kiyomiya here waiting on the 3-2. Here's the pitch. Fastball swung on and another one lifted foul down the left field line. This is going to get into the upper deck. The count again remains at 3-2. So the 100 or the near 100 mile an hour fastball, a lot of these fastballs have been pouring in at 98 miles an hour, have not fooled the Fighters hitters. A little bit late battling it off, but they are making contact. Unlike some of the teams I've watched in the Major League Baseball playoffs, 98 can gobble some of those players up. And here comes the 3-2 pitch. It's a breaking ball, and that misses outside. They peel over to the third base umpire, and Sasaki's not happy. That's going to be ball 4. So back-to-back walks here to begin the inning. I got to tell you, this is going to be interesting. In the first inning, the Marines hitters, especially Hiromi Oka, gave the home plate umpire a little bit of an earful before he left the home plate area. And now Roki Sasaki is walked the first two batters he's faced. And that'll bring up the Franmil Reyes stepping to the dish. Well, for Reyes on the season, he hit 290, 25 homers, and 65 runs driven in as he swings through a first pitch fastball. Count is quickly 0-1. Reyes had himself a very impressive run with a 25-game hitting streak during the regular season. Our friend Zay says, let's go, Franmil. Yeah, he looks like a absolute massive human being. There's a fastball taken for a called strike. The count now goes to 0-2. I took some videos of him when he was hitting against the Saitama Cebu Lions. When I was in Saitama, or in Takazawa, I guess it would be, to see the Lions play, he was an absolute beast. Here's the 0-2. Split finger pitch swung on and missed, and Reyes is disposed of on 3 pitches quickly. He's gone for the second out of the inning. That's going to leave it up to the first baseman, Yuya Gunji. Well, for Gunji, he had 256 on the season. He had 12 homers and 49 runs driven in. As Reyes returns to the dugout. Gunji digging in, awaiting from the first offering from Sasaki. Here comes the pitch. Instead, he steps off the backside, and he feigns over to first base, and getting back easily is Kiyomiya. Interesting lineup when the Fighters rolled it out. You'd have to wonder why they would split Chusei Manami so far down. I would have thought that they might have put him and Reyes back-to-back at some point. There's a fastball taken for a called strike. I look at Franmil Reyes, but then with Gunji hitting behind him in the lineup, I don't know if that's enough protection. And then you've got Kamikawa Kabata hitting behind Gunji, which is another head-scratcher. So here comes the 0-1 pitch as Sasaki holds to the set, now delivers. Fastball swung on, chopped softly over to third. Nakamura fields it. He throws on the in-between, and that is going to retire Gunji. It's a ground out 5-3. That is a 3-up, 3-down inning here for the Fighters in their half of the first. No runs in the inning, no hits, no errors. There was a runner left aboard. We're now through 1 complete. Your score is the Marines 0, the Fighters 0. Stick around, everybody. We'll be back with the call of inning number 2 when we return after this on the Last Raps Baseball YouTube channel. Appreciate you guys for hanging in here with us tonight. We'll be right back after this. Welcome back, everybody. It is going to be Gregory Polanco, Toshiya Sato, and Shogo Nakamura to come to bat here to begin inning number 2. As the left-hander Kato will go to work here. Polanco batting from the left side. He hit .243 on the campaign, 23 homers and 60 RBIs. He takes a first pitch breaking ball over for a called strike. The count is quickly 0-1. 17 pitches in inning number 1 for Kondo as he kicks and delivers. There's a breaking ball that just misses outside. Count now runs even at 1-1. Friend Titus in the house. He says, hello from the land of the rising sun. We welcome you. As there is a fastball swung on and lifted foul down the left field line. And the count now goes to 1-2 on Polanco. Playoff baseball, nothing like it. As it is a game that is in the Hokkaido region. There's a fastball that misses upstairs. The count now goes to 2-2. The question came up earlier. I think it was Luke asked the question. He said, why did the Fighters start with a 1-0 lead? Well, the way it works is that they finished in second place. As there's a breaking ball swung on it, is going to be looped into center field for a base hit. And Polanco is aboard with a leadoff single here to start inning number 2. And that'll bring up the catcher, Toshiya Sato. Well, as I was starting to say, what they do is a team that has the higher seed, rather than playing a best of 5, they play 4 games. All of the games are slated to be played in Hokkaido. And for being the higher seed, they get rewarded with a 1-0 lead. So all they have to do is win 2 out of the 4 games and they move on. But the Marines have to go in and win 3. And so the odds are stacked against the Marines. That is for certain. But that is the reward for finishing in second place. There's a breaking ball taken for a called strike. Again, the reactions of the Marines, they're just letting the home plate umpire know that they don't like his strike zone. And Sato basically did a squat at home plate, and he's the catcher, so he knows what the balls and the strikes that they're being afforded or not afforded when he's behind the plate. Fastball swung on, chopped over the head of the pitcher, and it is fielded by off of his glove, fielded by the second baseman, Kamikawa Kabata. And the only play they're going to have is to first base to get the catcher, Sato. But they're going to go and have a look at this one as the manager feels that they may have beaten this one out, and it's probably worth a look. We're going to go take a peek at it ourselves here when they get the replays up and going, but Sato is not moving off the bag at first base. So tough play for the pitcher, Kato. You're trying to make the play. You jump up. Ball ends up deflecting off your glove. It's slowed down to the second baseman, Kamikawa Kabata, and the next thing you know is that he's got to charge in, make the play, and there's a very strong chance It could be 2 on and nobody out here for the Marines. As we were saying, the other game that is going on is between the Bay Stars and the Tigers. That game is in the bottom of the first inning, locked at zeros. It's a pet peeve of mine, as I mentioned earlier in the stream. I don't understand why they would play the games at the same time. It doesn't make any sense. When you think of Major League Baseball in North America, they had 4 different games going on one day, and they would stagger the starts. So, you know, if the Pacific League played their game at 2 in the afternoon, as this one is, why not start the other one at 6? And I got to tell you, there's no such thing that as tie goes to the runner. I think he's going to be out. Here comes the umpires, and they say, yes, he is out. So that's going to be a ground out. It's going to go into the books as a 1-4-3 putout. Advancing to second is Polanco. That's going to bring up the third baseman, Shogo Nakamura. So the Marines do lose a challenge. Nakamura on the season, he had 234. He had 4 homers and 27 runs batted in. Batting from the right side here against the left-handed throwing Kato, who delivers. Breaking ball swung on and fouled away. The count is 0-1 to Nakamura. So no balls and 1 strike. Chiba fans do travel well. They've got a good contingency at this one here tonight. And the pitch on the way is a breaking ball swung on and missed. Count now goes to 0-2 on Nakamura. We didn't give you the defensive alignment for the Marines. As from left to right field tonight, Asama is in left, Matsumoto in center, and the right fielder is Manami. Around the horn from first to third, Gunji at first, Kamikawa Kabata at second, Mizuno's the shortstop with the third baseman Kiyomiya. And the battery of Kato and Fushimi as that fastball swung on and fouled away. The count remains at 0-2. A little surprised that Fushimi would be behind the plate for this one. I would have thought maybe Tamiya might have been behind the dish, as we saw a lot of him this year. But no such luck for him. Here comes the 0-2 pitch as Kato kicks and fires. Breaking ball swung on and missed, and Nakamura's in the books. He's gone for the second out of the inning. That's going to leave all up to the shortstop at Atsuki Tomosuji. Well, for Tomosuji, the second-year shortstop, he hit 206 this year. He also had no homers, 15 runs batted in. But he did get the lion's share of the position. He appeared in 125 games for the Marines. There's a first pitch breaking ball taken for a called strike. Count is 0-1. Looks like he is going to be the mainstay. They had Fujioka, they had Hechavarria, they had others that were playing in the shortstop spot. Even Chano had some time at shortstop. There's a fastball swung on line right to the glove of the first baseman, Gunji, and that is going to do it. Tomosuji hit the ball hard, but found a glove of the first baseman, and that is going to do it here for Chiba. There was no runs in the inning. There was a hit, no errors, and there was 1 runner left aboard. We're now moving ourselves to the bottom half of the second inning, and your score is Chiba 0 and the Fighters 0. We'll be back in just a few, everybody. Appreciate you guys for jumping in tonight on the Last Raps Baseball YouTube channel. We'll be right back after these. Welcome back, everybody. As rookie Sasaki is back to the hill, he delivers a first pitch fastball to Daigo Kamikawa Kabata, and he misses down and in. Count is quickly 1-0. Kamikawa and Kabata, it is Manami and Matsumoto to face the right-hander here in inning number 2. As Sasaki delivers a fastball that misses outside, and the count now goes to 2-0. Oh boy, I don't know how the Marines are going to hang on to this one here tonight, keeping their composure. Sato again not liking that call here. You can just see all the body language of the Marines. The messaging they're delivering to the home plate umpire, they're not happy at all with his calls. As there's a fastball taken for a called strike, and the count now goes to 2-1 on Kamikawa Kabata. Never a good sign early in the game if you're letting that home plate umpire know what you're thinking of his calls. Could be a long afternoon. Here's the 2-1 pitch. Fastball taken for a called strike, and the count now goes to 2-2. So 2 balls and 2 strikes. Anticipate a healthy crowd here tonight for this one, as the Fighters and the Marines, I'd say 2 almost evenly matched teams, as there's a fastball swung on and fouled away. Count remains at 2-2. You have to tip my hat to the manager Shinjo for the job he's done with the Fighters. My personal opinion, I thought that the Fighters would probably be a little bit farther away. There's a breaking ball taken for a called strike. Oh, that wasn't what Kamikawa Kabata was looking for. He stood there like the house by the side of the road. He watched it go by for out number 1. That's going to bring up the right fielder, Chusei Manami. I was about to say, one of the things here tonight and watching this is you'd have to think that the edge offensively, I'm not so sure that either team has the edge. I'd flip the coin on that. For this series here, the pitching, I might give the pitching edge to the Fighters overall. Fastball swung on. This is going to be lined into left field for a base hit. Manami's aboard with a 1-out single. That is going to bring up the center fielder, Go Matsumoto. If I had to give the advantage, I would say probably the advantage is to the offensively to the Fighters maybe as well in some ways. I think their lineup is a little deeper. But the Marines do have some high-end players. I would say if I look at their lineup, probably 5 deep, whereas you could argue maybe the Fighters could go 6 or 7 deep on some evenings. So that is going to bring to the plate Go Matsumoto. And speaking of 7 deep, at least in my eyes, Matsumoto is one of those players. Batting in the 7th spot. He has had time in the leadoff spot for the Fighters. Breaking ball taken for a called strike. The count is quickly 0-1. Matsumoto hit .236 on the campaign with only 1 homer, 19 RBIs. But he is best served on the base paths. He did have 20 stolen bases this year. Right-hander against the right-hander. As Sasaki delivers a breaking ball that drops in for a called strike, the count now goes to 0-2. So no balls and 2 strikes. As we said, we'll keep an eye on that out-of-town scoreboard, as there's only one other game going on here tonight. Only we'll keep an eye on the scoreboard. We'll try to give you the highlights as they become available. There is a ball slowly hit to the second baseman, Fujioka. He jump pivots, throws to second, and they're able to retire Manami. Oh, boy. I didn't think they were going to have a chance to get him. It was a good throw there by the second baseman, and they had to hurry as Manami was getting down the line, but that's going to go as a fielder's choice. 4-6 for the second out. Matsumoto, they never were going to get him on the back end, as he's safe on the fielder's choice. That is going to bring up the catcher, Tori Fushimi. Well, Fushimi on the season, he hit .242. He had no homers and 21 runs batted in. There's a breaking ball taken for a called strike, and the count is quickly 0-1. As I said, I was a little bit shocked that Fushimi would start. Not that he can't play, but we saw a lot of Tamiya this year. I figured he would have got the nod. But no such luck here in this one. There's a split finger pitch swung on and chop foul right at home plate. The count now goes to 0-2 on Fushimi. Another one that we thought would be in the starting lineup would have been Shin Mizutani. Mizutani had a lot of time this year, at least in the starting role, and the game would get into the 6th, 7th inning. He would usually be replaced defensively. We thought Mizutani would have been somebody who would have maybe got the opportunity to at least start game 1 tonight. So here comes the 0-2 pitch. And there's a fastball swung on it, breaks the bat of Fushimi. It absolutely exploded in his hands. Was a comebacker right to Sasaki, and it's going to go down as a ground out 1-3. The bat traveled further than the ball, and that is going to do it. No runs in the inning. There was a hit, no errors, and there was one runner left aboard. But now through 2 complete innings in Hokkaido, your score is Chiba nothing, Hokkaido nothing. Stick around, everybody. We'll be back in just a few with all the action. Appreciate you guys for hanging with us tonight on the Last Raps Baseball YouTube channel. Now it is your turn to grade out the Marines, Kenny Weaver. You're still hanging in here with us. Welcome back, everybody. It is going to be Fujiwara coming to bat here to face the lefty Kato as he steps to the plate, and he takes a first pitch breaking ball for ball 1. Count is 1-0. Fujiwara on the season hit .290. Salve a couple of homers as he takes a fastball over for a called strike, and the count is now 1-1. So 1 ball and 1 strike to the left-handed hitting center fielder of the Marines. There's a fastball swung on. It is chopped over the head of the first baseman and into right field. And Fujiwara is aboard with a leadoff single. And that is going to bring up the top of the order in Takashi Ogino. Well, keep your eyes peeled here. Let's see if the manager of the Marines, as that is Masato Yoshi, if he's going to start dropping bunts down. If he thinks that this game could only be a 1 or a 2-run ball game, I would have to think that Ogino, even though Ogino's got one of the other hits in this one, may be asked to sacrifice over here. Lefty Kato holds set. Here's the pitch. No sign of a sacrifice as that breaking ball is taken for a called strike. The count is quickly 0-1. Ogino singled his first time up. He had a line drive that almost took the glove right off the hand of Kotaro Kiyomiya at third. So 1 for 1 in the playoffs. It's a good start for this Marine. Here comes the pitch. Breaking ball swung on. He does a good job of inside outing it to the ball. It is grounded over to second. They go to second for 1, back to first. That's a double play. So we're going to see how that is going to work. It's going to be a 4-6-3 variety on the double play. I want to see if he caught it or if he trapped it. Regardless, it was going to retire both of them. Yeah, it looked like he may have short-hopped it. That's exactly what it was. So it's going to be a double play of the 4-6-3 variety, which begs the question of why they didn't bunt, as that is going to retire the two batters here for the Chiba Lotte Marines, 2 for the price of 1. It brings Fujioka to the plate, and he takes a first pitch breaking ball down and away, and the count is 1-0. So the Fighters got themselves a break here in this one. Kenny Weaver back to his scouting report. There's a breaking ball swung on. It is lifted into left field. This ball is going to bleed down for a base hit. And so Fujioka aboard with a 2-out single. What could have been, and that's the even frustrating part, especially for those of you who do watch the Japanese game or listen in traditional Japanese baseball, with the Fujiwara base hit to lead off the inning. You would have thought they would have bunted him to second. That bleed job there, I don't think would have scored him, but would have put runners at the corners with one gone and bringing the meat of the order to the plate. Well, that brings Hiromi Oka to the dish. He's 0 for 1 tonight. He struck out his first time up. The first pitch is a breaking ball that misses down for ball 1. Count is 1-0. Oka had a couple of choice words for the home plate umpire after he had struck out his first time up. Wasn't very happy with the calls. Wasn't so much the third strike call as much as it was the one that led into it. There's a fastball that misses down, and there you go. That might have bought into it, because you could see that Oka, he turned to look at the home plate umpire. Umpire didn't go up with the right hand, but the body language of Oka thought, oh boy, here we go again. So 2 balls and no strikes. Again, the lefty Kato works to the belt. Here's the pitch. The breaking ball swung on and fouled into the feet of Oka. Runs the count now to 2-1. Fujioka doesn't have any stolen bases to his name this year, but you kind of wonder if you got to keep an eye in this situation. 2 balls and 1 strike if they consider to put the hit and run on. So here comes the 2-1. As the lefty kicks and delivers, there's a breaking ball swung on and lifted foul into the seats behind home plate, and the count now goes to 2-2. So 2 balls and 2 strikes it is. As we said, we'll be back on the airwaves again tomorrow night. Same 2 ball clubs. Stay with this series until it ends, and then we will make our way into the next series. Winner of this will get the Fukuoka SoftBank Hawks. All those games will be at the PayPay Dome in Fukuoka. As there's a fastball swung on, it is popped up down the third base line in foul territory. Moving back is Kiyomiya. He's going to have some room, and he makes the catch. And that is going to retire Oka for the 3rd out of the inning. Now that is going to do it here. There was no runs in the inning. There were a couple of hits. There was no errors and 1 runner left aboard. We're now moving to the bottom half of the 3rd inning. It's the same score as when we started. It is 0-0. Marines and the Fighters. We'll be back in just a few. Appreciate you guys for hanging in here with us tonight on the Last Raps Baseball YouTube channel. We'll be right back after this. Welcome back, everybody. We are moving ourselves to the last half of inning number 3, and coming to bat for the Fighters will be Tatsuki Mizuno, Daiki Asama, and Kataro Kiyomiya. As the right-hander Roki Sasaki ready to begin his third inning of work, as the right-hander works himself into a set and delivers. A first pitch breaking ball misses outside. The count is 1-0. Mizuno hit .220 on the regular campaign. 7 homers and 37 runs driven in. Batting from the left side here against the right-handed throwing Sasaki, who kicks and fires. Fastball swung on and grounded foul over on the first base side, and the count now goes even to 1-1. So 1 ball and 1 strike. Marines and Fighters, game 1 of the series. Marines right now have been all over the base paths and have nothing to show for it. They've had 4 hits here tonight in this one. Breaking ball taken for a called strike. The count now goes to 1-2 on Mizuno. When the Fighters have had runners on the base paths, they've been erased in some cases. As Asama was caught stealing, and they've only had 1 hit here tonight so far. As Sasaki works to the set position, now delivers. Pitch on the way, split finger swung on and missed. It's in the dirt. Good block there by the catcher Sato. He's going to have to throw to first. Goes in the books as a strikeout, 2-3 on the putout. Mizuno gone for the first out of the inning, and that's going to bring up the top of the order in Daiki Asama. Well, Asama is officially 0 for 0 tonight. He had a walk his first time up. He was thrown out trying to steal second, as he stands in here against the right-hander Sasaki, who kicks and delivers. There's a breaking ball taken for a called strike, and the count is quickly 0-1. Asama getting the start in left field here tonight, as he is waiting here on the offering from the right-hander Sasaki. Kicks and delivers. It is a split finger pitch missing down, and the count goes even to 1-1. The Climax Series, and then it'll be the Japan Series. And the Japan Series will, if it went the distance, it would go right into the early part of November. As the 1-1 is on the way, it's a fastball swung on and missed. Count now goes to 1-2 on Asama. Major League Baseball tonight, the battle between the 2 Japanese pitchers, Yu Darvish and Yoshinobu Yamamoto, went in the favor of Yamamoto. There's a fastball taken for a called third strike. Asama stood there like the house by the side of the road. He didn't like that call. He's in the books for the second out of the inning. That's 2 strikeouts here for Sasaki in inning number 3. That's 4 on the ball game now. That's going to bring up the third baseman, Kataro Kiyomiya. Starting to say that certainly today it was an interesting piece. It was 2 solo shots hit by the Dodgers that propelled them to victory. There's a first pitch split finger that misses down and away, and the count is 1-0 to Kiyomiya. Kiyomiya walked his first time up. He's officially 0 for 0. Sasaki kicks and delivers again. There's a fastball swung on, and it's grounded foul over on the first base side. Count now runs even to 1-1. So 1 ball and 1 strike as the righty Sasaki delivers again. It's a split finger pitch swung on, grounded over to the right side. Nice play there by Fujioka to go into shallow right field. Moving to his left, he gets it, and that is going to retire Kiyomiya for the third out of the inning. As the Fighters go in order, no runs, no hits, no errors, and nobody left the board. We're now moving to the top of the 4th inning, a third of the game in the books. Chiba nothing and Hokkaido nothing. We'll be back in just a few, everybody. It is a 0-0 ball game moving to the middle frames. Be right back after this from our friend Steve Rademacher.
This is Steve Rademacher, and I'd like to introduce you to my channel if you haven't seen it before. These are all the things I enjoy: sports, autographs, relics, non-sports Hall of Famers, pseudo-sports, Star Wars. That's my channel name and my name, and I would really appreciate it if you would come check me out and maybe even subscribe if you like it. Thank you for that for now, and back to your ball game.
Welcome back, everybody. It is going to be the top of the fourth inning, and coming to bat will be the heart of the order for the Marines. Soto, Polanco, and Sato to get things going here. To start inning number 4 as Cato is ready to go again. 42 pitches for the Fighters left-hander through the first 3 innings. Got a chance to see him pitch live earlier this year. First time in his career that he won double-digit ball games. First pitch breaking ball catches the outside corner, counts 0-1 to Soto. Soto tonight 0 for 1. He flew out to left field his first time up. As the lefty delivers, it's a fastball swung on and lifted foul over on the first base side. The count goes to 0-2. Sato has been with the Fighters since 2016. Pretty reliable, in fact. He had 27 starts this year. He has averaged over the course of his career, as he has 9 seasons under his belt. He has had himself around 25 starts per year as the right-hander delivers. Fastball swung on, popped up over on the first base side. Moving over underneath it is the second baseman, Kamikawa Kabata. As he calls off the first baseman, he's going to make the catch. And Soto is retired for out number 1, and that'll bring up the designated hitter, Gregory Polanco. Our friend Kenny says, Steve Rademacher is one awesome dude. Steve Rademacher, I didn't get a chance to talk to him today. I talked to him earlier in the week. Just for a few brief moments. It's been busy times, at least for me. I haven't been able to catch up with him as much as I'd like. There's a breaking ball taken for a called strike, and the count is 0-1. Polanco tonight is 1 for 1. He singled in his only trip. He was stranded at second as he faces the lefty Cato. There's a fastball swung on it, is grounded over to the right side, fielded by Kamikawa Kabata. And he's going to throw to the pitcher covering. That's actually a really good play. The first baseman was started to go into the hole, Gunji. He was never going to get back in time. That's going to go into the books as he ground out 4-1. Nice play by the pitcher covering there. Gunji started to go into the hole to go for the ball, and then he stopped. Then he went to retreat to the bag, and he was never going to get there. Cato called him off. Really nice play there by the Fighters defense. Our friend Zay, who's listening in here with us, I know he laments sometimes the fact that his Fighters play some shoddy defense, but that was certainly a really nice play. That is going to bring up the catcher, Toshiya Sato. And the first pitch delivered to Sato is a breaking ball that misses down. Count is 1-0. Sato tonight grounded into that 1-4-3 putout his last time up as he swings and pops it up over on the left side. Plenty of room for the third baseman, Kiyomiya. He makes the catch, and that is going to do it. And the Marines go quietly here in their half of the fourth. No runs, no hits, no errors, nobody left the board. Moving to the bottom of the fourth inning, your score is the Marines 0 and the Fighters 0. Stick around, everybody. We'll be back in just a few after this. Appreciate you guys for hanging in here with us tonight on the Last Raps Baseball YouTube channel. I have a feeling this one's going to go for a while. Welcome back, everybody. It is going to be coming to bat for the Fighters, the 3, 4, and 5 hitters. That means it's going to be Franmil Reyes, Yuya Gunji, and Daigo Kamikawa. Face the right-hander Roki Sasaki. Who is going to be the first to blink in this one? We're not sure yet, but nothing here through 3.5. Reyes struck out on 3 pitches his first time up. As the first pitch is a split finger pitch missing down and away. Count is quickly 1-0 to Reyes. We're talking about Reyes in his previous at bat. Really enjoyed himself a nice season this year. Hit .290. The 25 bombs to go with the 65 runs batted in. As he swings and misses at that split finger, the count's 1-1. But the big thing here for Reyes is that it was that big 25-game hit streak in the middle of the season. Raised his average, put him on the map. He wasn't playing a whole lot at the beginning of the year. As the breaking ball waved out and missed, the count now goes to 1-2. So 1 ball and 2 strikes to the big fella. I would have to think that if he doesn't get a sniff back in Major League Baseball, which I can see that probably not necessarily happening, he might be able to get himself a couple of years with the ball club, or at least a 2-year extension in the NPB. As that fastball is lined into right field, and Reyes has got himself a leadoff single. He's going to bring up the first baseman, Yuya Gunji. And he's young enough as well. When you think of Reyes, he's not that old. So I go back and just take a quick peek at his specifics. He was born in 1995, so he is 29 years old. So probably in some ways just coming into the prime of his hitting career. So he could easily probably stick around in this league for another, I would have to guess, at least another 5-6 seasons if everything goes well. The only concern I would have about Reyes is his physical condition. There's a fastball ticket for a called strike. The count is 0-1. Kind of reminds me of Pablo Sandoval in a way. I remember when Sandoval was putting on weight and he had broken his belt when he had swung. That'd be one of the funniest things I'd seen. Well, that would probably be a reminder for Reyes as well. I'd be concerned if Reyes would break his belt when swinging. Here's the pitch. It's a breaking ball swung on. This ball is lifted into deep left field. Not deep enough, though, as in front of the warning track, and making the grab is Ogino. That is going to retire Gunji for the first out of the inning. So 1 away here. That's going to bring up the second baseman, Daigo Kamikawa. Friend Ian says the for animal. Indeed, it is, Ian. He also kind of reminds me of a bigger version of Marcelo Ozuna. Ozuna seemed to have trimmed down this year. I saw Ozuna last year, and he looked like he had a few extra trips to the dinner table. That brings Kamikawa to the plate, who's 0 for 1 tonight. Struck out looking his first time up. He takes a first pitch breaking ball for a called strike. The count is 0-1. So no balls and 1 strike. All right, no, neither team has blinked in this one, but there has been a run over in the Central League as the Bay Stars have an early 1-0 lead over the Tigers. The game was in the top of the 3rd at the Cochin Stadium. Here's the 0-1. It's a breaking ball that misses outside. The count now goes to 1-1. So 1 ball and 1 strike. Roki Sasaki on the hill, and I wonder when they're going to roll out Hiromi Ito. I didn't take a look to see if the starters for tomorrow have been announced, but one would have to think that would probably be now or shortly. There's a breaking ball ticket for a called strike. Kamikawa didn't like it, so now both teams unhappy with the home plate umpire. As of right now, there hasn't been any announcements on the starting pitchers for tomorrow for the Marines and the Fighters. They haven't made the announcements, have the Tigers and the Bay Stars. Jackson is going for the Bay Stars. It'll be Takahashi for the Tigers. So I guess the Marines and the Fighters will keep us guessing. Here's the 1-2. It's a breaking ball that misses down and away. The count goes to 2-2 on Kamikawa Kabata. But regardless, we'll be back on the airwaves again tomorrow for the same two teams. If you guys are bouncing in, we'll stay with this one until the series is finished. And as we said, if this one ends quick, we would bounce over to the other, assuming it's still going. There's a fastball swung on, grounded to second for one. They throw to first, and it's a double play. That's going to go in the books as a 4-6-3 variety. And that is going to do it here for the Fighters in their half of the inning. Well, they had no runs in the inning. They did have a hit. There was no errors, and nobody left the board. We're now through 4 complete. We are where we started. The score is the Marines nothing and the Fighters nothing. Stick around, everybody. The top of the 5th inning just around the corner, and we appreciate you guys for hanging in here with us tonight. Last Raps Baseball YouTube channel.
Hello, this is Eric Fox, formerly of the Oakland A's and Texas Rangers baseball teams. If you want to learn about Japanese baseball, see Coach Fred of Last Raps Baseball. If you want baseball instruction, see Coach Fred. If you want to learn about golf, do not go to Coach Fred. Fred, what kind of club is this?
At Last Raps Baseball, we know baseball. Welcome back, everybody. And the first pitch that is delivered to Shogo Nakamura has been smacked into the left field seats, and it was not able to be hauled in by the left fielder, Daiki Asama. And just like that, the Chiba Lotte Marines have opened up the scoring here on the first pitch of the 5th inning. It is now a 1-0 lead for Chiba. So that really came out of nowhere, as both these pitchers have been cruising through the first 4 innings. It was just Bernie to come back and make the comment that the people who have picked the under in this one have to be smiling. But that ball was hit. It was definitely a wall scraper, as it just got over the glove of the left fielder Asama. 1-0 here. And the first pitch delivered by the lefty Kato is taken for a called strike. Count is quickly 0-1 to Tomosuji. So just like that, a 1-0 scoreline. There's a fastball swung on. It is grounded through the third baseman and to left field into the corner. Digging hard for second is Tomosuji, and he's aboard with a double. And so all of a sudden, where's the offense come from? But more importantly, who our friend Zay is in the chat with us, where's the defense gone? Because Kitaro Kiyomiya over there at third base, it's the second time tonight the ball has got through him. Far too easy. That's not going to be ruled an error. That'll be a double. But boy, oh boy, bring your red cape with you as he let that one get right on by him. So the captain Nakamura getting the run on the board, and who knows, maybe that's going to be it for Roki Sasaki tonight. All he's going to need is 1 run potentially. And squaring the bunt here is Fujiwara, as he had singled his first time up, and then he drops a bunt down. It's a good one. Fielded by Kato. He throws to first. That is going to retire Fujiwara. It's a sacrifice, 1-4. He's in the books for the first out of the inning. Advancing to third is Tomosuji. And Chiba continuing to threaten here. That's going to bring the top of the order and Takashi Ojino to the plate. Well, keep your eyes peeled here. We were talking about Ojino not bunting his last time up. Wouldn't bat an eye if he ended up dropping a sacrifice. And already the Fighters have got action in the bullpen. 2 right-handers up and throwing for Hokkaido. As the Fighters coach has flashed the signs to his catcher. And it is a sacrifice bunt, and it's down. It is in fair territory. They've got the runner in third and a rundown, and they're not able to execute. I want to take a look and see that one, if that was a foul ball or not. So Gino unable to get it in. That was definitely a situation where you could expect, I don't know if I would have done a suicide squeeze as much as a safety squeeze in that spot. But we're going to take a look to see if that ball was indeed a foul ball, or if he even bunted it. I'm not so sure that he even got a bat to the ball, but he did get the runner in the rundown, and they retired him. So here comes the pitch to Ojino, and it's a pitch that's outside. They go to the first base umpire, and they say he didn't go. So very interesting there on that play. I don't know if Ojino even got a bat to the ball. It's 1 ball and 1 strike here. So Tomosuji gone for the second out. There's a fastball swung on, popped up over on the first base side. Camping out underneath it is Gunji. He's going to make the catch, and that is going to do it. Well, Chiba had an opportunity to pad their lead after the home run by Nakamura, and they ended up squandering that opportunity. Well, 1 run in the inning on the home run by Shogo Nakamura. There was 1 hit, no errors, and nobody left the board. We are now through 4.5. Your score is Chiba Lotte Marines 1 and the Hokkaido Nippon-Ham Fighters no score. Stick around, everybody. We'll be back in just a few with the bottom half of inning number 5 right after this. Welcome back, everybody. It is going to be Chusei Manami, Go Matsumoto, and Tori Fushimi come to bat. And we'll be back in 30 seconds with all the action right after this. Appreciate you guys for jumping in with us tonight on the Last Raps Baseball YouTube channel. Welcome back, everybody. It is the first pitch fastball taken for a called strike. The count is on 1 to Chusei Manami. Manami, Matsumoto, and Fushimi to bat here. Our friend Kenny Weaver tapping out for the night. Don't blame you, Kenny, but I wish I could do it too, but my eyes are still being held up by toothpicks. And the pitch is a fastball swung on and fouled away, and the count now goes to 0-2 on Manami. But we're in for the long haul here in this one. 54 pitches through the first 4 innings for Sasaki, as the Marines are leaning on him to lead them to the promised land. There's a split finger pitch swung on. Oh, grounded on 1 hop to the shortstop. What a great play by Tomosuji, diving to his right, but unable to get up and make the play across the infield as Manami can leg it out. Oh boy, that's going to get onto the Pacific League highlight reels. If you're on Instagram tonight, be sure to check that one out. Infield single by Manami. Great play all the way around. He was coming hard out of the box. A one-hop smash. Had to go to the outfield grass, but he was not able to get him. A half a step is what Manami was able to beat it out by. And that is going to bring up the center fielder, Go Matsumoto. And for Matsumoto, he's already showing bunt here, so they're going to try to move that runner into scoring position. Here comes the first pitch from Sasaki. Fastball misses upstairs, and the count is 1-0. It's usually a good decision sometimes from the pitchers as you try to deliver a high fastball and hopefully induce a pop-up. You can get the batter to pop it up. But that pitch was a little too high in the zone. They're holding the runner at first. Nakamura, the third baseman, is in on the grass. Middle infield is in double play depth. As it's 1 and no strikes to Matsumoto. There's a split finger pitch taken for a called strike. The count now goes to 1-1. So 1 and 1 strike. Our friend Zay says, a nice hustle by Chusei. Yeah, it was good hustle. He really exploded down the line. Actually, exploded out of the box. He got down the line okay. And you need to have that sort of hustle from your part of the order that's going to get you moving along here. Here comes the 1-1 pitch. As the right-hander delivers, it is bunted foul over on the first base side. That's going to run the count to 1-2. So we'll see if the big boss keeps the bunt on here with 2 strikes on Matsumoto. I think I would. There's no doubt about it. You got a job to do, get her done. So 1 and 2 strikes. Runner at first, Manami. Nobody out here in the bottom half of the 5th inning. Fighters find themselves down in a 1-0 deficit. 1 run, 6 hits, no errors for the Marines. No runs, 3 hits, no errors for the Fighters. And Matsumoto still squaring to bunt here. Waiting on the 1-2 pitch from Sasaki. And now he pulls back and he swings. He hits a soft grounder to third. They go to second for 1. Back to first, and that's going to be a double play. Oh, Matsumoto, that is a tough, and he's a tough guy to double up. He hit the ball right to the third baseman who was in on the grass. That's going to go in the books as a 5-4-3 double play. And that is going to leave it up to the catcher, Tori Fushimi. Well, you couldn't have made it any easier than that. If you're a Fighter fan, you're probably going back to your bottle of beer or going to the fridge for another Asahi Super Dry. Well, that leaves it up to Fushimi, who's 0 for 1 tonight. He grounded the pitcher his first time up. As the right-hander delivers, it's a fastball that's check swing and fouled away. Count is 0-1 to Fushimi. Fushimi batting from the right side here against the right-handed throwing Sasaki. They do have firepower off the bench. Do the Fighters? We mentioned before that Tamiya isn't starting. Mizutani not starting, nor is Ariel Martinez. As that pitch misses in the dirt, and the count goes to 1-1 on Fushimi. Interesting decisions by the big boss, but that's why he is the big boss. He gets to make those decisions. And they've worked out really well this year so far for the Fighters. As the right-hander kicks and delivers, there's a split finger pitch swung on and chopped foul. Just past the third base coach's box, and the count now goes to 1-2 on Fushimi. And really the way this game is shaping up for the right-hander Sasaki, he's cruised right along here so far, only 64 pitches here in the 5th inning, and one would think that if it's a 1-0 ball game like this late, he could possibly carry it right out. Here's the pitch. Split finger pitch misses down and away, and the count now goes to 2-2 on Fushimi. Be tough sledding here, but a win tonight would even the series at 1. As we mentioned at the top of the stream, the series has a 1-0 advantage already built in for the 2 seed. There's a fastball swung on, grounded to second, fielded by Fujioka. He throws to first. And that is going to retire Fushimi on a ground out 4-3. And that is going to do it here for the first 5 innings. No runs, 1 hit, no errors, and nobody left the board. We're now moving to the top of the 6th. Your score is Chiba 1, Hokkaido no score. We're going to be back in just a few, everybody, as we like to call this our Japanese halftime. It's going to allow us to be able to go get ourselves a fresh drink, refresh our beverage, as they're going to take their time to clean the field. And we'll be back as we put the music on loop right after this. We're going to be moving to the top of the 6th inning. Your score is Chiba 1, Hokkaido no score. We are at our halftime, as we like to call it, as they do have the extended break. We'll be back in just a couple moments with all the action. Appreciate you guys for hanging in here with us tonight on the Last Raps Baseball YouTube channel. We're moving to the top of the 6th. We'll be back in just a few. Appreciate you guys for hanging in on the Last Raps Baseball YouTube channel. Welcome back, everybody. Kato is returning for his sixth inning of work as he's just getting out there to start his warm-up tosses. He'll be facing Yudai Fujioka, Hiromi Oka, and Neftali Soto, the 2, 3, and 4 hitters to come to bat here for Chiba in inning number 6. It's been a very effective evening so far for the left-hander. He's only thrown 57 pitches through the first 5 innings. And the only mistake he made was the leadoff home run in the top of the 5th inning on the first pitch delivered to Shogo Nakamura to give the Marines an early 1-0 lead. And that is where we stand so far in this one. In other action, it is in the game between the Tigers and the Bay Stars in the top of the 4th inning. Yokohama has a 1-0 lead over the Tigers. As this one here is the 6th inning is upon us. That one here is a little bit slower pace, I should say. In that ball game there, the Bay Stars have been all over the base paths through the first 4. Only able to get 1 run so far. Tigers have also made an error in that one. So we'll keep our eyes peeled over there. As we'll see if the Bay Stars can even that series with a win tonight. Well, that brings Fujioka to the plate. Fujioka is 1 for 2 tonight. He's singled and struck out looking in his 2 trips, and he swings at a first pitch fastball, lifts it into the seats down the left field line. Count is 0-1 to the Chiba second baseman. This game here has had a very quick pace to it. Lots of good pitching tonight by both sides as that breaking ball misses down and away. Count is now 1-1 to Fujioka. The lefty Kato kicks and fires. There's a fastball swung on. This ball is lined into right field. It's into the corner. And a nice play there by Manami to cut it off. And it's going to hold Fujioka to a long single. Oh, boy. You want to talk about a good defensive play. We've seen some suspect plays from the Fighters here tonight, but that was not one of them. Moving to his glove side was Manami. He fielded it, and he threw off balance. Back to the infield, showing off that cannon arm, but a base hit single here by Fujioka to get things going in the top of inning number 6. And that is going to bring up the right fielder, Hiromi Oka. So for Oka tonight, he is 0 for 2. He has struck out and he has popped to third in his 2 trips. And he's given the home plate umpire the death stare back in inning number 1. As they throw over to first base and getting back easily is Fujioka. I would have to think, even though he's in the 3-hole spot, Oka might be called upon to bunt. I have to think they're going to try to move that runner over. Try to get themselves another run here tonight. And he is squaring to bunt, and he pulls back as he takes a pitch low, and the count is 1-0. So 1 ball and no strikes to Yudai Fujioka. It's going to be a steady diet of Marines and Fighters here over the next few nights. But a win here tonight would be absolutely huge for the Marines. There's a fastball that misses outside, and the count now goes to 2-0. Just trying to speculate at their starters. I would think that you probably would see Dallas Keuchel in the next game. They play 4 games in a row, so really in a series like this, you don't get a chance to see another starter. And one would think you're not going to bring Sasaki back on 2 days rest to start. There's a fastball swung on it, is lifted into deep right field. Moving over underneath it is Manami. He hauls it in, and that's going to retire Oka for the first out of the inning. So Oka went from trying to bunt to flying out to right field. So he's in the books for out number 1, and that is going to bring up the first baseman, Neftali Soto. Well, for Soto, he is 0 for 2 tonight. He has flown out to left and popped the first in his 2 trips. This tandem of Soto and Polanco in the middle part of the order combined for 44 home runs. And if you avoid one, you're going to have to pitch to one, which begs the question why Manami is not hitting behind Franmil Reyes. As there's a fastball taken for a called strike, and the count is 0-1. Or at least if you believe that Gunji can hit as well, move him in behind Gunji. You're protecting a couple of players. They've got Kamikawa Kabata nestled in behind Gunji, and I'm not sure that Kamikawa Kabata puts any fear into anyone. There's a fastball swung on. It's grounded over to third. They go to second for one. Back to first, and it's going to be another inning-ending double play. The double plays have been showing up tonight for both ball clubs, and that is going to do it here for the Marines in their half of the inning. They got no runs in the inning. They did get a hit. There was no errors, and there was nobody left aboard. Moving to the bottom of the sixth inning, your score is the Marines won, the Fighters no score. Hang with us, everybody. We'll be back in just a few. Appreciate you for jumping in tonight on the Last Raps Baseball YouTube channel. We'll be right back after these. Well, we got a scoreline of 1-0, and we'll be back in 30 with all the action. Appreciate you for jumping in here with us tonight on the Last Raps Baseball YouTube channel. Welcome back to everybody. We are moving ourselves to the bottom half of inning number 6. It is going to be Tetsuki Mizuno, Daiki Asama, and Kitaro Kiyomiya. It is the 9, 1, and 2 hitters to come to the plate as the right-hander Sasaki ready to go back to work. He holds himself at the belt. And now he's ready to go. Our friend Jason Stuff in the house tonight. The first pitch is a breaking ball taken for a called strike. The count is 0-1. Our friend Gween Bean says, how are we supposed to know what's happening? Well, you're supposed to turn your volume up, put your ear to the speaker, and listen in. So here comes the 0-1 pitch, and Sasaki kicks and delivers. It's a split-finger pitch swung on and fouled away right at home plate. And the count now goes to 0-2 on Mizuno. Mizuno is 0 for 1 tonight. He had struck out his only time up to the plate. And we welcome you to the stream, and we appreciate you for being here. We do take our timeouts in between innings, though. So no balls and 2 strikes to Mizuno as the right-hander kicks and delivers. It is a split-finger pitch missing down and away. And the count now goes to 1-2. Friend Trevor Parker in the house as well. Says he thinks the Fighters are going to win this one. Well, the Marines had that opportunity to tag another run on the board, and that might come back to haunt them as they tried a suicide squeeze, and it was the suicide that did take place. As that pitch is a split finger that misses up and away, and the count now goes to 2-2. So 2 balls and 2 strikes to Mizuno. It's Mizuno then the top of the order here in inning number 6. As it will be Asama and Kiyomiya to follow. Here comes the 2-2. Pitch on the way. It is a split finger pitch and misses outside. They appeal to the third base umpire. They say that Mizuno didn't go, and the count now runs full. That's something else to make of note. The first 2 hitters of the game worked Sasaki to full counts. This is the first batter since the first 2 hitters of the inning to go full with Sasaki. So here comes the 3-2 pitch. As the right-hander delivers, there's a fastball taken for a called third strike. And that is going to get Mizuno as he stood there like the house by the side of the road and watched that go by for out number 1. That'll bring up the top of the order in Daiki Asama. And for Asama, he is officially 0 for 1 tonight. He has struck out looking, and he has walked in his 2 trips to the plate. And you got to start thinking here in the 6th inning, at what point in time does the big boss start looking to go to his bench? But as of right now, it is still the same lineup. Here's the pitch. There is a split finger pitch that drops in for a called strike, and the count is 0-1 to Asama. It was Asama who was in left field who had the bird's eye view of that home run by Nakamura. It was definitely a wall scraper, as he had jumped up to try to make the grab, but he wasn't tall enough to do it. He squares the bunt, and he takes a split finger pitch for a called strike, and the count now goes to 0-2. Trevor Parker says the Fighters need a walk. Yeah, they definitely need a base runner any way they can. They've only got 3 hits so far tonight. The hits have come off the bats of Franmil Reyes has one, and Chusei Manami has a pair. After that, it has been slim pickings for the Fighters. There's a split finger pitch that misses down, and the count now goes to 1-2. He stopped there by Sato. I kind of wondered what the leash would be tonight for Sasaki, if he even has one. I think it was last year in the playoffs. They rolled him like 4 innings or something like that and took him out. They were on a pitch watch or an innings watch. Here comes the 1-2 pitch. Sasaki delivers it as a fastball taken for a called third strike. Oh, another one who stood there like the house by the side of the road, and Asama's down on strikes. Back-to-back called third strikes. Has put 2 Fighters in the books, and that's going to leave it all up to Kentaro Kiyomiya. And for Kiyomiya, he's officially 0-for-1 tonight. He has grounded out, and he has walked. Sato has made his trip to the mound to have a word with his young right-hander. So Kentaro Kiyomiya stepping the plate. Kiyomiya has been very fortunate tonight. There is no errors for either team, but arguably Kiyomiya could have 2. I guess that's the home scoring for you. As the first pitch is delivered, it's a fastball swung on and missed. The count is 0-1. Back in the first inning, Kiyomiya to begin the ball game, had a line drive go off his glove off the bat of Takashi Ojino. They ruled it as a single. As the right-hander kicks and delivers, there's a split finger missing down, and the count is 1-1. And then in the 5th inning, after the Nakamura home run, he played the part of a matador by letting a ball get through him off the bat of Atsuki Tomosuji that ended up being a double, but in either case, they didn't charge either one. And we have a little bit of a timeout here as Sato has been hit. Took it in a bit of a strange spot, so we have a pause in the action here. The last pitch was a split finger pitch that had missed down. It bounced in front of the plate, came up. It looked like it deflected off of the right kneecap of the catcher, Sato. Then went over off his arm. Looks like he's going to be okay. He's walked it off. The trainer was out to tend to him. So 1-1 strike to Kiyomiya as the right-hander kicks and delivers, and as a split-finger pitch swung on, it is lifted into right field, coming hard and making the catch on the run is Oka, and that is going to do it. The Fighters are going to go in order again here in inning number 6. No runs, no hits, no errors, and nobody left the board. We're now through 6 complete. Your score is Chiba 1, Hokkaido no score. Kato looks like he's ready to come back out for the 7th. We'll be back in just a few. Appreciate you guys for hanging in here with us tonight on the Last Raps Baseball YouTube channel. Welcome back, everybody. Coming to bat for the Marines in their half of the seventh, it'll be Gregory Polanco, Toshiya Sato, and Shogo Nakamura. That will be the 5, 6, and 7 hitters to face the lefty Takayuki Kato. Started to say in Kato's 9 seasons in the NPB, it's the first time this year that he won 10 ball games or found himself in double-digit wins. As that fastball misses down and away to Polanco. Polanco 1 for 2 tonight, facing the left-hander who delivers a breaking ball. This is swung on. This is hit into deep center field. This ball could be trouble, and this ball is gone. A home run for Polanco, and they have extended their lead, have the Marines, to 2-0. That ball was an absolute laser beam hit over the center field wall as Polanco gets his first of the postseason. And now it is a 2-0 lead here for Chiba in the top half of the 7th inning. I have to say, both the home runs tonight have been rather unexpected. The first pitch of the 5th inning to Nakamura was deposited in the seats, and the second pitch here to Polanco absolutely destroyed. And now Chiba enjoying a 2-0 lead with Toshiya Sato coming to the plate. Our friend Eloy has showed up right on cue. There's a first pitch, breaking ball, take it for a called strike. The count's 0-1 to Sato. Sato 0 for 2 as he is grounded out and popped out as he swings and fouls away a breaking ball, and the count now goes to 0-2. Sato, even though he hit 278, had enough qualified at bats to find himself as one of the top 5 hitters in the Pacific League. As the lefty kicks and delivers. And there is a breaking ball swung on and grounded foul over past the third base coach's box, and the count is going to remain at 0-2. Our friend Green Beans says, "Go Marines." And we've got a bit of a mixed crowd in here tonight. And there is a fastball swung on and missed. And that is going to retire Sato. He is in the books for out number 1. So what a way. That'll bring up the third baseman, Shogo Nakamura. Eloy says, always nice to see more people in the stream. Yeah, I would anticipate we probably will have a few more. And that might be the end of the night for Kato. As the big boss has come out to talk to the home plate umpire, we're going to get ourselves a pitching change. So hang tight, everybody. We'll be back in just a few. We appreciate you guys for jumping in here with us tonight. Your score line is the Marines 2, the Fighters no score. Pitching change here in the top of the 7th. We'll be right back after this.
Well, you got to have an ace in the hole, a little secret that nobody knows. Life is a gamble, a game we all play, but you've got to save something for a rainy day. You've got to learn to play your cards right if you expect to win in life. Don't put it all on the line for just one roll. You've got to have an ace in the hole.
Welcome back, everybody. We have a pitching change here for the Fighters as they've gone to the bullpen, and it is going to be a right-hander. It's going to be number 52, Takahita Akita, who is coming on in relief here, as he is taking over with 1 gone here in the 7th. He's going to be entrusted to face Shogo Nakamura. So 6 1/3 innings tonight worked by Kato, as he is responsible for the 2 runs, both solo shots. Nakamura and Polanco depositing him in the seats. So Takahita Ikeda on in relief, as he is getting ready to take over here. A friend Aloy says the game between the Dodgers and Padres, or the series between the two, was high-end entertainment. I have to tell you, if the Padres were going to beat the Dodgers, this was their year. I'm not so sure where that puts them. I would think with Mike Schilt, they're a little more businesslike with him at the helm. I do like Mike Schilt, the manager in San Diego. And, of course, the Dodgers, you do have to tip your hat to Dave Roberts this time around, because this is not exactly one of their stronger teams. They've been hurt quite a bit this year. First pitch, breaking ball, swung on and missed by Nakamura. The count is 0-1. Nakamura had 4 home runs on the regular season, and he hit the solo shot in the top of the 5th here to, at the time, give the Marines a 1-0 lead. There was a breaking ball that misses inside. The count now goes to 1-1. So just thinking about that Dodger-Padres series, with both the Japanese starters going tonight, it was the long ball that was the difference in that one. There's a breaking ball missing down and away. Count is 2-1. I only caught a little bit of the game. I didn't see a whole lot of it. I think it was Kiki Hernandez and I think Teoscar Hernandez both had hit the home runs. And the Dodgers and the Mets will set up a exciting one. There's a fastball that comes inside, and it is hit Nakamura. And he is going to make his way over to first base. That is a hit by pitch there. I don't know. I wouldn't say that that was particularly intentional. But you can never know after somebody hits a home run. He was coming inside. It was a 2-seam fastball. It just rode up and in. And it looked like it got the lead arm of Nakamura just below the elbow. So he is aboard here. Our friend Eloy says, are we expecting a World Series between the Yankees and the Dodgers? Sure, looking like it. As the first offering here on its way to Tomosuji. As he squares the bunt, and that thing is rocketed foul over toward the third base dugout. Count is 0-1. Tomosuji tonight is 1 for 2. He's got himself a double in the 2 trips. He was caught stealing on that suicide squeeze that ended up retiring Tomosuji in a rundown between third and home. As they throw over to first base, and diving back in time is Nakamura. Major League Baseball, it's going to be very interesting, the World Series, what's coming up. I'm not so sure we're going to see a Yankee Mets World Series. I could see Yankee Dodgers. As that ball is bunted, it's a good one. Fielding it is Ikeda. He throws to first, and that is going to retire Tomosuji. It's going to go down as a sacrifice, 1-4. He's in the books for the second out of the inning. Advancing to second is Nakamura. And that is going to leave it up to the center fielder, Kyoto Fujiwara. And for Fujiwara tonight, he is 1 for 1. He's got a single and a sacrifice in his 2 trips to the plate. As Ikeda ready to go back to work here. Fujiwara batting from the left side. He enjoyed himself a pretty good campaign. He hit .290 in the regular season. As the first pitch on the way is a fastball that misses up, and the count is 1-0. Base hit here should be able to bring home another run here for the Marines. The outfield is in a little bit shallow. Fujiwara, not a big hitter per se, so if he hits it right at the fielders, they may not be able to punch that run across. Nakamura does not run as he used to. Here's the 1-0. Pitch on the way. Fastball swung on and fouled away over on the third base side. The count's 1-1. So for those of you who are new to our channel or sticking around, you'll get to see our sense of humor. We put together a 7th inning stretch video debuting tonight. Just a little bit of fun that we like to have around on the channel. So hopefully you guys find the humor in it as we do as well. Got to work on our editing skills. That's the one piece that we don't do so well. Here comes the 1-1 pitch. It's the fastball that misses down. The count now goes to 2-1 on Fujiwara. As we said, we'll be back on the airwaves again tomorrow night for the same two teams. We'll stay with this series to the end, and if the series between the Bay Stars and the Tigers continues, then we will bounce over for that one. So 2 balls and 1 strike to Fujiwara as the right-hander kicks and delivers. Fastball swung on and fouled away, and the count now is 2-2. So 2 balls and 2 strikes. 2-0 lead here for the Marines in the top of the 7th inning. Home run by Nakamura in the 5th, and a home run here by Polanco in the 7th. The Marines enjoying a 2-0 lead, but still lots of baseball to be played in this one. Here comes the 2-2 as the right-hander Ikeda holds to the set. He checks the runner over at second. And now the 2-2 on the way. It is a fastball swung on and fouled away. It reaches the seats down the third base line, and the count remains at 2-2. Our friend Eloy says, anybody speaking Spanish? I think, Eloy, you got a better chance of maybe moving your keyboard to kanji, maybe getting some Japanese folk in here once in a while. Or even our friend from France who listens in, undrafted player. So here comes the 2-2 offering as the right-hander works himself to the set position. And the pitch on the way, it is a split-finger pitch swung on, lifted into shallow center field. Moving over to his right is Matsumoto. He's there to make the catch. And that is going to do it as Fujiwara is gone for the 3rd out of the inning. But the Marines get a run. 1 run in the inning on 1 hit. No errors and 1 runner left aboard. We're moving to the bottom half of the 7th inning. Stick around, everybody. We got the 7th inning stretch for you, as we'll be back in just a few. Appreciate you guys for listening in on the Last Raps Baseball YouTube channel. Welcome back, everybody. We are moving ourselves to the bottom half of the 7th inning. Roki Sasaki will be facing Franmil Reyes, Yuya Gunji, and then Daigo Kamikawagabata at the bottom of the 7th underway. 79 pitches for the right-hander through the first 6 innings. Sasaki ready to deliver, and the pitch on the way is a breaking ball swung on and missed. The count is 0-1. Reyes tonight has one of the 3 fighters' hits. The other 2 have been cashed in by Chusei Manami. Our friend Jason Stuff says Sasaki started. Yes, he did. A start by Sasaki tonight would even the series, as there's a fastball that misses outside. The count is 1-1. Eloy says, I'm always looking for someone who speaks Spanish. There's never no one. Not too many in this stream. But you're the first, Eloy, so if you hang out, maybe that'll start attracting a few more people to come. As the 1-1 is on the way, there's a breaking ball swung on and fouled away. The count goes to 1-2 on Reyes. Jason asked the question, says, how old is Roki Sasaki now? Is he 22 or 23? As the right-hander ready to deliver, he kicks and fires. It's a breaking ball missing down in the way. The count goes to 2-2 on Reyes. Now, Roki Sasaki is still 22 years old. He'll be 23 after the season. In fact, it'll be November the 3rd that he turns 23. It was the first overall pick in the 2019 draft. 2-2 pitch on the way. Breaking ball swung on, grounded past the diving shortstop Tomosuji into left field. And Reyes is aboard with his second hit of the evening, as he's got himself a single, and that's going to bring up the first baseman, Yuya Gunji. So 4 hits now for the Fighters, half to Reyes and half to Manami. Well, that brings Gunji to the plate, who's 0 for 2 in this one. He's grounded to third, and he has flown to left. And no sign at the moment of bringing Reyes out of the game. They're going to leave him in there. And I probably would too. I'd leave him in there for the purposes that you'd have to think that they need some offense. If they had the lead, he'd probably be coming out for a runner. So Gunji at the plate here as the right-hander Sasaki holds to the set. Pitch on the way. Fastball taken for a called strike. The count is 0-1. Our friend Jason, who's in the house here tonight, he is our resident resident Buffalo fan. Very interesting maneuvers. There's been 3 managerial changes in the Pacific League. All 3 teams who did not make the playoffs will all have new managers next year. There's a fastball swung on and fouled away. A little surprising. They wanted Nakajima to come back. I mean, Nakajima was at the helm of the Buffaloes for 4 seasons, and he got him to 3 Nippon series, winning 1 of them. But not making the playoffs this year. Maybe wore him out. Here comes the 0-2 pitch now to Gunji. Right-hander delivers. Fastball swung on, chopped over to the right side, fielded by Soto. They go to second for 1, but they're not going to be able to come back the other way. That's going to be a fielder's choice. Reyes goes into the books on a 6-4 putout, as he has gone for the first out. Gunji is safe on the backside, and that is going to bring up the second baseman, Daigo Kawakabata. And our friend, the notorious YouTube, says he's got the over 2.5. He just needs 1 run. You should have already had that if Chiba doesn't run themselves out of that inning. And also, Jason says, yeah, you got a new manager. Also, too, you had a bunch of retirements, Jason, at the end of the year. I think there were about 4 Buffaloes that hung it up. As the right-hander Sasaki kicks and delivers, there's a fastball taken for a called strike. Count is 0-1 to Kawakabata. Kawakabata is 0 for 2. He has struck out looking and grounded into a double play in his 2 trips. Yeah, some interesting maneuvers around the NPB, or at least some retirements, some people not coming back. There's a split-finger pitch that misses down. Count now goes to 1-1 on Kawakabata. A lot of interesting announcements, too, from around the NPB, just with, as we said, the 3 managers that are going to be changed. There's a breaking ball taken for a called strike, and the count now goes to 1-2. They also made the announcement that I think there was about 320 players that have registered for the NPB draft. If you're not familiar, the NPB draft goes off in mid-November. And that number would be 321, I think, to be exact. Breaking ball swung on, chopped over to third. Nakamura goes to first, as that's his only play. And they're going to retire Kawakabata. It's a ground out 5-3. Advancing to second is Gunji, as he is going to be there safely, and that's going to bring up the right fielder, Chusei Manami. So 320 players registered for the draft, 159 high schoolers, 162 university players. And the draft will take place in November. Well, we've got a visit from the pitching coaches. Sasaki and Sato are doing most of the talking here. Probably looking to address what they're going to do with Chusei Manami. Manami has had success against Sasaki tonight. He has 2 hits against him. Both have been singles. And the right-hander Sasaki at 91 pitches here in the 7th with 2 gone. They do have the open base. I think that if I'm Sasaki, I want to pitch to him, but I'm going to pitch carefully to him. If it gets to a point where you're maybe up, where you're down 3 balls and no strikes, you just put them on. But with one swing of the bat, we could have ourselves a brand new ball game. Here's the pitch. Split figure pitch swung on and missed. The count is 0-1 to Manami. And I think if I'm Sasaki, it's a steady diet off speed. If there's anything that's going to be straight, it's going to have to be well above his eyeballs or well outside. Our friend Jason Stuff says he can't remember everybody, but there was a few. That is correct. Fastball taken for a called strike. The count now goes to 0-2 on Manami. It was a fastball on the outside corner, which is a 98-mile-an-hour heater from Roki. So the right-handed hitting Manami waiting here on the offering from the righty Sasaki, and it's a split finger pitch swung on and missed. He's in the books for out number 3, and that is going to do it here for the Fighters in the bottom half of the 7th. No runs in the inning. They've got a hit, no errors, and they have 1 runner left aboard. We're now moving to the top of the 8th. We're getting into the deep water. Your score is the Marines 2 and the Fighters no score. Stick around, everybody. We'll be back in just a few. Appreciate you guys for hanging in here with us tonight on the Last Raps Baseball YouTube channel. Welcome back, everybody. We are moving to the top of the 8th inning, and it'll be the top of the order to come to bat for Chiba. That is Ojino, Fujioka, and Oka, as they are going to be stepping to the plate here. I'm just getting a quick check to see if it is still going to be Ikeda or if they are going to the bullpen again, as it is. I'm just waiting the confirmation here. Some gutsy pitching there by Sasaki as he had gone right after Manami. We were just taking a quick rundown of what he would have for strikeouts on our tally. And if our accounting is right, he would be at 7 tonight, would be Roki Sasaki. Yeah, we're just waiting here on the information as we send. It looks like it is going to be a pitching change. Another right-hander coming into the game for the Marines. This is Yukiya Saito. So he is coming in, making his. He was at 25 appearances in the regular season, posted a 171 ERA. Third pitcher used tonight by the Fighters in this one. And the first pitch delivered to Ogino's a fastball swung on and fouled away, and the count is quickly 0-1. So Yukiya Saito here in relief as he gets himself a new baseball to rub up. They had a steady diet of right-handers warming up earlier in the evening to the Fighters. Saito works himself into the set position. Here comes the 0-1. Pitch on the way. It's a breaking ball that misses up and away, and the count goes to 1-1. I don't know if I'm a Chiba fan. I think the 2-run lead makes me nervous. As the pitch is on the way, it's a fastball swung on, lifted down the right field line. Giving chase is the first baseman Gunji, but it's going to hit the netting. That's going to run the count to 1-2. So 1 ball and 2 strikes. This ball game here had a pretty good clip to it for the most part tonight. It's only in the last little bit it seems to have slowed down. So 1 ball and 2 strikes as Saito holds to the set. Now delivers. Fastball misses upstairs. The count now goes to 2-2 on Ogino. And I think if I'm the Marines, and knowing the way they play in Japanese baseball, I would hazard a guess that would try to ride Sasaki right to the finish. Here's the 2-2. It's a fastball missing down and away, and the count now goes to 3-2. We have been keeping our eyes peeled to see if they have announced starters for this one tomorrow night, but both the managers are playing possum with each other. As we said, the starters in the Central League game have been announced. As the right-hander Saito kicks and fires. Fastball swung on and lifted foul over on the first base side, and the battle continues. We mentioned it'll be Jackson versus Takahashi. Currently, the Bay Stars are still clinging to a 1-0 lead against the Tigers. And we mentioned before that when you finish in second place in your league, you get all home field advantage and you get spotted a 1-0 lead. 3-2 pitch on the way. Swung on and fouled off the catcher Tori Fushimi. The count remains at 3-2. So 3 balls and 2 strikes. Well, that's going to leave a mark there. Fushimi, just the way he was set up, he really exposed the inside part of his right leg. You've got the shin guards on the shins for a reason. You don't have anything really major protecting you on the inside part of your leg where your calf is. So here comes the 3-2 pitch yet again. As that is a fastball swung on, and this is lifted foul. We got quite the battle going on here. This is already 8 pitches now into the at-bat. Takashi Ogino has really worked over the reliever Saito. So 3 balls and 2 strikes as the right-hander Saito gets his side from catcher Fushimi. And the 3-2 on the way. Fastball swung on and grounded foul over on the third base side. Again, count remains at 3-2. It just showed the graphic of Saito's pitches. Every single pitch has been middle away. That was the first pitch that appeared to be more middle in this entire at-bat. He has been living away and away and away on Ogino. Let's see what pitch number 10 has. It's on the way. It is a fastball missing upstairs. That's going to be ball 4. A leadoff walk here for Ogino, and that's going to bring up Yudai Fujioka to the plate. Our friend Zay says, can this guy get an out already? Well, no, probably not. Ogino battled him to a full count and was able to wiggle out for a walk. We mentioned in the earlier in one of our streams a couple of weeks ago, there was a battle. It was the shortstop for the Hiroshima Carp had a 22 pitch at bat in the month of September that ended in a walk. There's a ball that's bunted right back to the pitcher. They throw to first. It's in the dirt. Oh, what a nice play by the second baseman, but what a terrible throw by the pitcher. Great job there by Kamikawa Kabata to bail him out. It's going to go down as a sacrifice. That's going to be 1-4 in the books. Advancing to second is Ogino. That was almost a really, really, really shoddy play. Nice play there by the pitcher to come off the mound to field it, but he spiked it. Great job by Kamikawa Kabata to hold the base, as he had to pick that one out of the dirt. So one gone in the inning. Ogino is in scoring position. That's it, bringing Hiromi Oka to the plate. Oka is 0 for 3 on this one. He has flown to right, popped to third, and struck out. As he squares the bunt, and he takes a fastball inside. They go over to the first base umpire, but they say that he didn't go. The count is quickly 1-0 to Oka. So very interesting here. You know, that makes you really, it makes a bit of a strange, this one's a bit of a strange one for me. Why you've got Oka bunting here. You got the runner at second. He's in scoring position. You've got Soto coming up next. A single from Soto is going to score him from second or from third. Here's the pitch. Fastball taken on the inside corner. The count's even at 1-1. So 1 ball and 1 strike. Right hitter ready to go all over again here. Saito leans in, gets the sign from his catcher Tori Fushimi. And here comes the 1-1. As the right-hander kicks and delivers, there's a fastball swung on and fouled straight back behind home plate. And the count now goes to 1-2. So 1 ball and 2 strikes. Again, the right-hander ready to go again as he gets himself a new baseball. I wonder how many foul balls that he has had rung off him tonight. We know obviously Fujioka didn't have anything because he dropped the bunt down. Since he's come into the ball game, he's already thrown 14 pitches. Here comes the 1-2 pitch. Fastball swung on, lined right to the glove of the second baseman, Kamikawa Kabata. And retreating back safely is the runner Ogino. Oh, Oka hit that one hard, right to the glove of the second baseman. He's gone for the second out of the inning, and that's going to bring up Neftali Soto to the plate. Just as it brings Soto to the plate, it's going to bring the pitching coach out to the mound. They're going to discuss how they want to handle this situation, because this is a tough spot here for the Fighters. They've got Soto up to bat. You're going to have to pitch to him, and then you got Polanco on deck. So these two in the order do protect one another. So Soto tonight is 0 for 3. He's grounded into a double play. He has popped to first and flown to left. This game here is, as we mentioned, kind of hit a bit of a rut. It's been good flow to the game, and we are getting late in the game, so probably word came down from the NPB, hey, look, we got to slow this down. We got to make some more revenue. Got to get our broadcasters to run some commercials. There's a fastball that misses upstairs. That last pitch was at 98 miles an hour, almost touched 99 on the gun. I didn't think that Saito had that in him. At least when I saw him early tonight. So 1 ball and no strikes. As the right-hander works himself to the set position, here comes the 1-0. Pitch on the way. Fastball misses up and in. Count now goes to 2-0 on Sato. Both of those pitches were Moving Sato off the plate. Both pitches at 98 miles an hour. We're here on the top of the 8th inning. It is a 2-0 lead for the Marines. And now that is it for Soto. They have come out of the dugout. Shinjo has held up the 4 fingers. They're going to put Soto on. It's going to be an intentional walk. That's going to put runners at first and second. It's going to bring Polanco to the plate. We'll see what the big boss has in mind here, if they're going to go to the bullpen or not. That'll be the end of Saito. Shinjo at the top steps. Sure enough, there he is. He's on his way out to have a word with the home plate umpire. It'll be the second trip made by the pitching coach to the mound. Shinjo is making his way back to the dugout. That's going to be the end of the night for Saito. One would anticipate we're getting a lefty. That is what is up and throwing in the bullpen. We're going to take a little time out. We'll be back in just a couple moments. It is runners at first and second, 2 away here in the 8th inning. Gregory Polanco coming to the plate. It is make it or break it time here for the Fighters in this one. The Marines also could break it open, or we've got ourselves a ball game. We'll be right back after this.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Namaste. Hey, I hope you guys have been enjoying the game. My name is Hollis. I've got a YouTube channel called Another Hollis Build. I love baseball cards. I open up brand new product for you guys. I open up old stuff. I do breaks. I do auctions. All kinds of stuff concerning baseball. I'm Friars faithful, Padres to the end. I also love Garbage Pail Kids and my animals. I have a ton of animals. It's like a mini petting zoo here around my house. I also love my city. San Diego, baby. I take you all around the city and show you what's up. If you guys dig stuff like that, cruise on over and check it out. It's Another Hollis Build. If you dig it, subscribe. I'd really appreciate to have more follow me along on the journey. Hey, either way, you guys have a wonderful day or a beautiful, beautiful evening. No matter which one it is, make sure that you make it great, my friends. Big up Last Raps Baseball. Yeah, Freddie, let's go. One love and peace. Yeah, man.
Welcome back, everybody. We do have a left-hander coming into the ball game. This is number 28, Ryusuke Kawano. So he is taking over here to face Gregory Polanco with 2 on and 2 out at the top of the 8th inning. Kawano on the season making his, well, he had 52 appearances, posted himself a 2.13 earned run average as the lefty is just completing his warm-up tosses. We'll see what he brings here tonight to face Polanco. Good start tonight, in my opinion, by Takayuki Kato. He gave up the 2 home runs, but 6 of the 3rd innings, pretty solid effort from the lefty. Put him in a position to win. And one of those home runs that he'd served up was off the bat of Gregory Polanco, who took him almost to straightaway center field, just a little bit to right of center. So Polanco in this one here tonight is 2 for 3. He's got a single home run. He's also grounded out in his 3 trips to the plate. So Soto gets himself in ready to go here to face the left-hander. Looks like there's a pinch runner there for Neftali Soto over at first base. Have to do a double check. It looks like it could be Kenta Chitani. First pitch, breaking ball. I'll take it for a called strike. The count is 0-1. Have to make a note on that one. It is Kenta Chitani running for Soto at first, as his night will be over. So no balls and 1 strike here to Polanco. As the lefty Kawano holds set, here's the pitch. Fastball down. They appeal over to the third base umpire. They say Polanco didn't go, and the count now runs even to 1-1. Some ways a little surprised that they don't have the roof open today in Hokkaido. I'm not sure if that's what the outside weather would be like. But the roof is closed. They got the nice glass portion in straightaway center field, bringing in the fresh daylight. As the 1-1 pitch is on the way here. As they kick and deliver, there's a breaking ball swung on it, is pop foul into the seats over on the third base side. And now the count goes to 1-2 on Polanco. So 1 ball and 2 strikes it is. If you're just joining us, it's been 2 solo shots by the Marines tonight that have given them the 2-0 lead. A solo shot off the bat of Shogo Nakamura back in inning number 5. And then in the 7th inning was a Gregory Polanco home run. Both of those home runs were leadoff home runs to begin their respective innings. Here's the 1-2. Fastball misses down, and the count now goes to 2-2. So 2 balls and 2 strikes. As we mentioned, we'll be back on the airwaves again tomorrow night, so hopefully you guys can join us for all that action. As it will be the Marines and the Fighters in that second game of the series, but a win tonight by the Marines will even the series at 1. As there's a fastball swung on and missed, and that is going to retire Polanco. He's in the books for the 3rd out of the inning, and that is going to do it. No runs in the inning, no hits, no errors, but there were 2 runners left the board. We're moving to the bottom of the 8th inning. Your score is the Marines 2 and the Fighters no score. Stick around, everybody. We'll be back in just a bit. Appreciate you guys for jumping in here with us tonight on the Last Raps Baseball YouTube channel. We're getting into the deep water. We'll be right back in a few. Welcome back, everybody. It is going to be the 7, 8, and 9 hitters to come to bat. That means Go Matsumoto, Tori Fushimi, and Tatsuki Mizuno. We do know that Ariel Martinez is up and swinging a bat, so I would think that he may be coming into the ball game here at some point. And we do have a new left fielder, as the Chiba Lotte Marines have gone for a defensive replacement, as they have brought in number 50, Aido. Former Saitama Cebu Lion is on to play some defense, as he is going to be replacing the left fielder Takashi Ogino. And the first pitch is a breaking ball taken for a called strike. Count is quickly 0-1 to Matsumoto. Matsumoto 0 for 2 tonight. He's bounced into a fielder's choice, and he is hit into a double play. Looks like Ariel Martinez will be hitting for Fushimi next, as the 0-1 on the way. Split finger pitch swung on, popped softly over on the first base side. Racing over is Chitani, and he makes the catch in front of the camera well. Nice play by him, and that's going to retire Matsumoto for the 1st out of the inning. It'll bring up the catcher spot in Tori Fushimi, but we'll just have to wait to see if it is going to be Ariel Martinez announced here. To me, that's a little bit of an eyebrow raiser. It is going to be Ariel Martinez to come to hit. As Martinez, just how they use the pinch hitter. I mean, you're down by 2 runs. You would think that maybe Martinez would be brought off the bench when they have a runner on base. I mean, even if he hit a solo shot home run, he does have power. What does it really mean you're still only down by a run? There's a breaking ball that's waved at and missed. Count is quickly 0-1 to Ariel Martinez. It'll be Tatsuki Mizuno who is waiting his turn on deck. 97 pitches so far for Sasaki as he kicks and fires. Fastball swung on and fouled away. That's down the right field line, and now he's way ahead at 0-2. Friend Jeremy Orr in the house tonight. Welcome to the stream, Jeremy. You're a little bit late for this one, but better late than never. 2-0 lead here for the Marines over the Fighters as they are in the last half of the 8th inning. There's a breaking ball that misses outside. Count now goes to 1-2 on Martinez. Pitch number 100 ready to come out of the arm of Hiroki Sasaki. It's 1-2 here to Martinez. The right-hander nods in agreement with his catcher Sato. Here comes the 1-2. He kicks and delivers. There's a breaking ball swung on and tap foul just past the third base coach's box. And the count remains at 1-2. Lots of zeros on the board here tonight. But the 2 runs that matter are the solar home runs by Nakamura and by Polanco. So here comes the 1-2 pitch. Sasaki kicks and delivers. It's a split finger pitch that misses down. Nice job there by Martinez. Good discipline there by the Cuban right-handed hitting pinch hitter of the Fighters. So 2 balls and 2 strikes it is. So again, the right-hander gets his side from his catcher, and there's the pitch. It's a fastball that misses up and in. That was at 98 on the gun. So 3 balls and 2 strikes to Martinez. I would have to think that if I'm the manager here, I'm just going to let him keep rolling. It's your game to win. It's your game to lose, Roki. This is your legacy right here you're defining. Here's the pitch. Breaking ball down and away, but the home plate umpire goes up with the right hand. Martinez is down on strikes. He's gone for out number 2. That's going to bring up the shortstop, Tatsuki Mizuno. And Martinez really didn't have any argument to that. He knew he was gone. He just started walking back to the dugout. So Martinez has put him in himself, or Sasaki's put Martinez in the books. That brings Mizuno to the plate. 0 for 2 tonight for the left-handed hitting shortstop who takes a fastball for a called strike, and the count is 0-1. So no balls and 1 strike it is. Queen Bean says, how many pitches is Roki at? That was pitch number 104. As the right-hander delivers, there's a split finger missing down, and the count goes even to 1-1. So 1 ball and 1 strike. Looks like we'll see Kawano to come back out for the next half inning as he is throwing in front of the Fighters' dugout. Breaking ball swung on and tap foul. The count now goes to 1-2 on Mizuno. As a reminder, both of our next 2 scheduled games are up there, and if they do get to a 4th game, that'll go off at 2 a.m. Pacific or 5 a.m. Eastern on Tuesday. We will bring you all the action for that one in the middle of the night. As the 1-2 is on the way, there's a fastball swung on and it's line foul into the netting down the left field line. Count remains at 1-2 to Mizuno. Queen Bean says maybe for the full game shutout. I would think so. It's going to be the top of the order coming up next inning, and I would have to think that the way he has carved through the top of the order, other than Reyes, you would think so. There's a fastball swung on. It's going to be lifted into center field. It's going to get down for a base hit. Mizuno's got himself a 2-out single, and maybe I've spoken a little too soon. That is going to bring up the left fielder, Daiki Asama. That pitch there caught way more of the plate than I think that Sasaki would have wanted. Nice piece of hitting there by Mizuno. Kept his hands inside, able to stay through the ball. So that gives the Fighters some life. as he is the runner at first and bringing Daiki Asama to the plate, but it's going to bring the pitching coach to the mound. That's a quick conference. Sasaki is still staying in there. But they do have action up in the pen. There is a right-hander and a left-hander up and throwing for the Marines. But I would have to think this is Aroki's game to win or lose, based on what we see with our Japanese standards. So Sama steps to the plate. He's 0 for 2 tonight. He has struck out looking twice, and he has walked in his 3 trips. Back from the left side against the right-handed throwing Sasaki, and the first pitch is a breaking ball missing way outside. The count is quickly 1-0. So 1 ball and no strikes. To the left-handed hitting Asama. Right-hander against the left-hander. Sasaki holds set. Here's the pitch. Fastball swung on and fouled away. And the count now is even at 1-1. Now we're at 110 pitches. I mean, I've seen Soshi Togo. I've seen Tetsuya Imai. Those two in particular have rode well over 120 pitches. This season in particular. So here comes the 1-1 pitch as the righty delivers. Breaking ball swung on and missed. The count now goes to 1-2. So 1 ball and 2 strikes to Asama. I have to tell you, what's probably impressed me the most this year, I say this year, or at least tonight, has been the breaking ball of Sasaki. When I saw Sasaki pitch a couple of years ago, he was fastball splitter. Well, the curveball's been worked on. He's been improving it. There's a fastball swung on and missed, and that is going to put Asama in the books for the 3rd time tonight as he goes down swinging for out number 3. No runs in the inning, 1 hit, no errors, and 1 runner left aboard. We are now through 8 complete. Your score is the Marines 2, Fighters no score. Stick around, everybody. We'll be back with the 9th inning right after this. Appreciate you guys for hanging in here with us on the Last Raps Baseball YouTube channel. Be right back after these. Welcome back, everybody. The top of the 9th inning is upon us. And slated to come to bat will be Toshiya Sato, Shogo Nakamura, and Itsuki Tomosuji. The left-hander Kawano is still in the ballgame, as he's going to be facing the left-handed hitting Sato. And the first pitch on the way is a fastball that just misses upstairs. The count is 1-0. They do have the closer Masuda up and throwing in the bullpen of the Marines. So we'll keep an eye on that as he is just playing catch nice and easy right now. Here comes the 1-0 pitch as the left-hander kicks and delivers. Fastball taken at the knees for called strike. The count now goes to 1-1. So 1 ball and 1 strike it is. Sato digs himself back in. Kawano ready to go again. As the lefty rocks himself into the windup, he double clutches, kicks and fires. There's a fastball swung on and tap foul over on the first base side. Count goes to 1-2. When I watched this hitter at the plate, or at least the batter facing Kawano is very difficult to get a read on. He kind of reminds me of the Yankees' Nestor Cortez, the way that he double clutches, pumps. He's got all kinds of different things in his arsenal to try to mess up the timing of the hitter. So here comes the 1-2 pitch as we're going to have to wait as the home plate umpire stepped out. So Kawano gets his sign from his catcher. He's ready to go back to work. As he rocks himself into the windup, he kicks. And he delivers. It is a fastball that misses down and away. Count now goes to 2-2. I didn't get the update on the change because it would have been Tori Fushimi who had exited the ball game. And it is going to be Yua Tamiya who is on in his place, as Ariel Martinez just came in to pinch hit. There's a fastball swung on it. It's grounded over to second. Fielded by Kamikawa Kabata. He throws to first, and Sato's in the books on a ground out, 4-3. 1 up and 1 away, and that'll bring up the third baseman, Shogo Nakamura. And as we have Nakamura coming to the plate, looks like that is going to be the end of the night for the lefty Kawano, as the big boss Shinjo has sent the pitching coach out to the mound. We are going to have ourselves yet another pitching change. Hang tight, everybody. We'll be back in just a few. Appreciate you guys for hanging out here with us on the Last Raps Baseball YouTube channel. Top of the 9th inning, 1 gone here. It looks like we got a right-hander coming into the ball game. We'll be right back after this.
Hello, this is Eric Fox, formerly of the Oakland A's and Texas Rangers baseball teams. If you want to learn about Japanese baseball, see Coach Fred of Last Raps Baseball. If you want baseball instruction, see Coach Fred. If you want to learn about golf, do not go to Coach Fred. Fred, what kind of club is this?
At Last Raps Baseball, we know baseball. Welcome back, everybody. It's going to be a right-hander. It's going to be Takumi Yamamoto who is coming on in relief. He is just getting the drive in from the dune buggy or the Jeep as the small righty is coming in, and he's going to get his warm-up tosses. We'll be back in just a couple of moments. Our friend Remy says he's going to lose his parlay. I'm not sure what you had on the parlay, if you had the over-under or if you had the Fighters to win, but right now, if you had the Fighters to win, it's not looking very good. We'll be back in just a few after this. Appreciate you guys for hanging in here with us tonight on the Last Raps Baseball YouTube channel. Here's our friend Steve again.
Oh, hello. Oh, hey. Yep. I'm just sitting here listening to Freddie call another game here on YouTube. Oh, yeah, going really good. He's calling a great game. Really exciting. Lots of stuff going on. You're lucky it's commercial break right now. I got a second. Oh, yeah, of course I'm having a cold one. Oh, yeah, got plenty of videos coming up this week. You should stop in, check them out, leave a like, tell other people. But, Freddie's coming back. I got to go catch the game. I will check in with you later. You have a good night, buddy. Bye.
Welcome back, everybody. It is the right-hander, and that is Takumi Yamamoto, who is on in relief as he is taking over here. He will be the 5th pitcher used tonight by the Fighters. So Yamamoto on in relief as he is going to be taking over. He had a 6-0 record this year, making 36 appearances. He worked 39 2/3 innings, had himself a 1.82 ERA. He has been absolutely electric since joining the Fighters from a mid-season trade last year from the Chinichi Dragons. There's a first pitch, split finger pitch that is swung on by Nakamura as he couldn't hold up, and the count is quickly 0-1. Nakamura tonight is 1 for 2. Homered in 2 trips. He's also been hit by a pitch. Fastball comes inside, and the count now runs even to Nakamura at 1-1. So 1 ball and 1 strike. Right-hander holds himself to the set position, and now he kicks and fires. Fastball misses upstairs. The count now goes to 2-1. So 2 balls and 1 strike to Shogo Nakamura. Right-hander again working himself to the set position. Here's the pitch. Fastball swung on. This ball is lifted into deep right center field. Giving chase is the center fielder, Matsumoto, and he's going to make a catch on the run. Oh, boy, he made that one not look as easy as it maybe could have been. He had to go onto his horse into the right center field gap, and he literally pulled it off his shoe tops as he was able to haul that one in. Boy, oh boy. So Nakamura is retired for the second out of the inning. It's going to leave it all up to the shortstop at Sugitomo Tsuji. Curious to see how they're going to approach this 9th inning. As it will be the 2, 3, and 4 hitters to come to bat for the Fighters. Are we going to see Roki Sasaki for another one? There's a fastball that misses down and away. Count is 1-0 to Tomo Tsuji. And if you're the manager, it's a no-win situation. He'll get skewered if he takes him out. Fastball, take it for a called strike, and the count is 1-1. If they lose the game, if they leave him in and they lose the game, they'll get skewered because he didn't take him out. I don't think he's in a win-win spot. There's a fastball swung on. This ball is hit to the right side of the infield. A nice play there by the first baseman who fields it. Gunji steps on the bag, and that is going to do it. And now we're going to the bottom of the 9th inning, everybody. No runs, no hits, no errors, nobody left the board. This is the last chance here for the Fighters to get some runs on the board. Your score is the Chiba Lotte Marines 2 and the Fighters no score. All eyes are on the manager, and it does look like it's going to be the closer Masuda coming into the ball game. No Roki Sasaki to finish it off. We'll be back here in just a few. That, my friends, could be the scary part with no Sasaki coming back out. We'll be right back in just a few.
Swagger down the street with your red lips and funky beat. You better hold your head up to the sky. I'm gonna roll with you till the day I die.
Well, pump the tires, everybody. It's going to be Shota Suzuki, the left-hander, coming in relief, and not the closer Masuda. So, interesting decision here by the Marines, as they will bring the lefty in to face Kotaro Kiyomiya to begin with. Hang tight, everybody. We'll be back in just a few as he's going to get his warm-up tosses completed. We'll be back in just a couple moments. Welcome back, everybody. Bottom of the 9th inning, just on tap here tonight. It is going to be Kotaro Kiyomiya, Franmil Reyes, and Yuya Gunji to come to bat, as the lefty Shota Suzuki on in relief of Roki Sasaki, who went 8 innings, allowing only 5 hits, but his night is over. So now the Marines are going to entrust it to their bullpen to try to bring this one home. As I said, I think if this was old school, if this was the Giants' brain trust, or maybe even some of the other managers around the league, Sasaki would have been out there for inning number 9 to try to close the deal. But that is baseball in 2024 for you, as it is going to bring Kiyomiya to the plate. He is 0 for 2 tonight. He is grounded to second and flown to right, as well as drawn a walk. Here comes the first pitch from Suzuki. Breaking ball drops in for a called strike, and the count is quickly 0-1. It makes me wonder if Suzuki is going to have a long run here, as Franmil Reyes is awaiting his turn on deck. Here comes the 0-1 pitch to Kiyomiya, as he kicks and delivers a fastball that misses outside. Count now runs even to 1-1. So 1 ball and 1 strike to the left-handed hitting third baseman of the Fighters. Here comes the 1-1 pitch as the lefty kicks and fires. It's a fastball swung on and tap foul just behind home plate. Count now is 1-2 to Kiyomiya. Certainly Kiyomiya with some of his defensive efforts tonight. He could probably use a knock here to increase his profile a little bit more, as he did not have a great defensive game tonight. Here's the 1-2. Breaking ball swung on and missed. It's in the dirt. Good stop by Sato. Picks it up, throws to first. Kiyomiya's in the books on a strikeout, 2-3. He's out for out number 1. And that is going to bring up the designated hitter, Franmil Reyes. And is that going to be it? You got it. The manager, Yoshi, is on his way to the mound, so Suzuki does his job. He gets the only batter he faces. It's going to be Masuda coming on in relief. We've got a pitching change. Hang tight, everybody. We'll be back in just a few. Your score is 2-0 for the Marines, as they are going to the bullpen here yet again in this one. We'll be right back after this. Welcome back, everybody. It is Naoya Masuda coming in relief, as he is going to take over here. And we are going to be bringing you the action here. Our friend Maverick Hammond in the house here says, how many on base and how many outs? Nobody on base, 1 gone, as they've just gone to the pitching change here to bring Masuda in to face the 3, 4, and potentially 5 hitters in the order, with 1 gone here in the 9th. Franmil Reyes is going to be coming to the plate. He is 2 for 3 in this one here tonight. We're just going to take another little timeout because Masuda is getting his warm-up tosses in. We'll be back right after this. Appreciate you guys for jumping in with us tonight on the Last Raps Baseball YouTube channel.
Well, you got to have an ace in the hole, a little secret that nobody knows. Life is a gamble, a game we all play, but you've got to save something for a rainy day. You've got to learn to play your cards right if you expect to win in life. Don't put it all on the line for just 1 roll. You've got to have an ace in the hole. Yeah.
Welcome back to everybody. We are moving ourselves into a spot here. We're in the bottom of the 9th inning with 1 gone. Franmil Reyes coming to bat, as Masuda is taking over here. Just looking at the out-of-town scoreboard, the Yokohama DNA Bay Stars have taken a 3-0 lead over the Tigers at the Koshin Stadium. That's in the bottom of the 8th inning. And this one here now 2-0 as we have it in the bottom of the 9th inning as they are looking to close it out. We'll give you a recap of this one once this game is done before we sign off. But we will be back on the airwaves again tomorrow night, so hopefully you guys can join us for some baseball from Japan, Saturday, North American time. So Franmil Reyes steps in. He's 2 for 3 tonight. He's got a couple of singles. He has also struck out, and the first pitch coming here from Masuda is on its way as he kicks and fires a fastball. It's taken for a called strike. Count is 0-1. That pitch from Masuda, a lot of backdoor run on it. But that one caught a lot of the plate. So Masuda is not unknown to these teams. They face each other 20 some odd times a year. But he did have a rough go against the Fighters this year. He had an ERA north of 12. Here's the pitch. Fastball swung on and missed, and the count now goes to 0-2. Last pitch was at 95 miles an hour, but as I said, there's a lot of movement on Masuda's fastball tonight. If he has that going for him, he is going to be very difficult to be able to hit. So no balls and 2 strikes. We had a few people in here earlier who had their fingers crossed as they were hoping for a over at 2.5. That might be in trouble. Here comes the pitch. It is a fastball swung on and missed. And Reyes is in the books. He's gone for the second out of the inning. And that is going to leave it all up to the first baseman, Yuya Gunji. So Gunji strides to the plate. He is 0 for 3 tonight. He has grounded out. He has flown to left, and he has bounced into a fielder's choice. The Fighters are down to their final out, and they're looking for a base runner. Nobody on base right now with 2 gone in the 9th. So up steps Gunji to the plate. He is digging himself in here, trying to get something going. When I watch Yuya Masuda pitch, I can tell you that his fastball tonight looks like Logan Webb of the San Francisco Giants. It is moving everywhere. Here comes the first pitch. Fastball swung, check swing fouled away over on the first base side. Count is quickly 0-1. As we said, a reminder, we'll be back on the airwaves again tomorrow. Same 2 teams, same place, same channel. So if you got nothing to do, come on around and hang out with us and give you all the updates in live time. So no balls and 1 strike here to the right-handed hitting Gunji. As he waggles the bat, the right-hander Masuda holds to the set. And here comes the 0-1 offering. As he kicks and delivers a fastball that misses down and away, and the count now goes even to 1-1. So 1 ball and 1 strike. Our friend A1 Multiverse said, yeah, his parlay is over with. Well, you better hope for a solo shot or something, but I have a feeling the Fighters are in a lot of trouble here. Here's the 1-1 pitch. As Masuda again holds set, kicks and fires. Fastball swung on, lifted foul over down the right field line. Count 1-2 to Gunji. So not only they're down to their final out, they're down to their final strike. Are the Fighters. As Gunji here trying to find a way on base any way he can. A lot of long faces in that Fighters dugout. As we said, it's their first foray into the playoffs. Look at the Marines. The Marines have been in the playoffs the last couple of seasons, including last year losing in the Pacific League Championship in the climax final. So here comes the 1-2 pitch as the right-hander Masuda holds set. And now he kicks and delivers. Fastball just misses off the outside corner. That pitch was at 95 miles an hour. It runs the count now to 2-2. Whatever can breathe life into the Fighters they need. They got to get somebody on base. They are down to their final strike. 2 balls and 2 strikes it is. Gunji waiting here on the offering from the right-hander Masuda. Works himself to the set. And the 2-2 on the way as he kicks and delivers. Fastball swung on and another one lifted foul down the right field line. Except this time it's a little further down the right field line. He keeps inching further and further down the line. Much to the approval of the manager, Shinjo. I think Shinjo is the only manager that continues to wear a mask. And we've seen him a couple of times without it, especially on a couple of the retirement and tribute games at the end of the year. So here comes the 2-2 pitch as the right-hander Masuda ready to go again. And now he kicks and delivers. Breaking ball misses down and away. Now the count is full to Gunji. Waiting on deck is supposed to be Daigo Kamikawa Kabata, but I wouldn't bat an eye at a pinch hitter here in this situation. That's exactly what it is. They do have the young rookie Mizutani waiting on deck. But Gunji's got to find a way to get on base. So here comes the 3-2 pitch as the right-hander Masuda holds set. And now the pitch on the way as he kicks and fires. Another fastball swung on and another one lifted foul. I have to tell you, Masuda works really, really, really methodically slow. You think the game has slowed down a little bit? It has slowed down a ton. So 3 balls and 2 strikes. Marines looking for that final strike. Fighters looking to try to keep it going. Tying run is on deck. Here comes the 3-2 pitch as the right-hander again works himself to the set. And now Masuda kicks and fires. Fastball swung on, lifted into left field. Coming hard, sliding. Did he make the catch? And yes, he did. Nice job by Ito to make the grab, and that is going to do it here for the Fighters. He hit the ball well, but just not well enough, did Gunji. And he has gone for the 3rd out of the inning. Well, the Fighters go in order. 1, 2, 3. No runs, no hits, no errors. Nobody left the board. Your final score is the Chiba Lotte Marines 2, the Hokkaido Nippon-Ham Fighters nothing. Stick around, everybody. I'll come back. We'll wrap it up for you. And then we'll call it a night, and we'll do it all again tomorrow. Appreciate you guys for being here with us. We'll be right back after this. Welcome back, everybody. Your final score is the Chiba Lotte Marines 2 and the Hokkaido Nippon-Ham Fighters no score. It was 2 solo shots. This game mirrored the Dodgers-Padres game tonight, as it was a 8-inning start by Roki Sasaki, and it was a combination of 2 relievers that closed it out in the 9th. The 2 runs were a solo shot by Shogo Nakamura to lead off the 5th inning, and then a leadoff home run by Gregory Polanco in the 7th. That's all Chiba needed, as it was 8 innings from Roki Sasaki, a third of an inning from Shota Suzuki, 2/3 of an inning by Naoya Masuda to give them the victory here this evening. 2-0 is your final. 2 runs, 8 hits, no errors for the Marines. No runs, 5 hits, no errors for the Fighters. Just taking a quick peek at the out-of-town scoreboard before we leave here. The game between the Bay Stars and the Tigers, bottom of the 8th inning at the Goshen Stadium. Your score 3-0 for the Bay Stars there, as they are looking to even that series at 1 game apiece, just as the Marines have done it here. The other thing that we were looking at earlier have they announced the starting pitching lineup for tomorrow night for these 2 teams? And the answer to that, as of the time we're signing off, no, they haven't. It'll be Jackson versus Takahashi. And that is Jackson for the Bay Stars, Takahashi for the Tigers. But this one here, they have not announced a starter yet. Once again, everybody, appreciate you guys for being with us here tonight. Voice is starting to go. We appreciate you guys for listening in. Hope you have a great night. Come on back and see us again tomorrow. We'll see you on the Last Raps Baseball YouTube channel.